Happy 2024, everyone.
Hey crew, welcome to the Spiritual Social. Welcome to the Spiritual Pharmacy. I'm Lexi, your local lightworker, and I'm very happy to have you here with me for a unique pick a card reading inspired by the bout of sickness I just entered the year with. So I got a flu around New Year's Eve and I entered this year sick. But I thought I would make this into an opportunity to figure out what can this disease teach me. And because I took to Instagram during my convalescence and I organized a poll asking you what types of readings you would like, your answers were really impressive because it seems like you guys want more life purpose readings related to self-care, the mind-body connection. And I just thought, okay, let's create a spiritual pharmacy then. I hope that you like this setup. These are all of the objects that I'm using in my daily spiritual routine, in the creation of spells and ways in which I can heal my body. So I wanted to put them in service to you today because I love you guys a lot and I really want to create readings that are meaningful for you. As part of the 2024 Growth Project, I'm going to challenge myself to offer you more options and with a little bit more depth to them. So you're going to have to bear with me in this reading because there are 9 options for you to choose from. And I thought I would give you a choice of elixirs. Much like you would go to a pharmacy and ask for a specific medicine to treat yourself, here you have a choice of 9 different elixirs that I'm putting in your favor, in your service, so that you may take something spiritual, nourishing from this reading and hopefully feel inspired and feel more motivated to tackle an important physical, emotional, or professional goal in your life. That is my hope and that is my intention. Just so you know, the spiritual deity that I am working with today is the god Horus, the Egyptian god of light. He presides over this reading and he is infusing it with a lot of courage and a lot of illuminating awareness. All this being said, I already pre-shuffled the tarot and oracle cards. I always link them in the description box below if you want to go and check them out, maybe purchase them for yourself so you can continue this healing session on your own by divinating for yourself or for a friend. I want to take a moment now to introduce to you the options. These are elixirs based on special crystals. I will tell you more about each of these crystals and how you may use them and what kind of powerful energy they can add to your healing process at your specific choice. For group 1, I have here the red Agate Elixir. For group 2, I have the Obsidian Elixir. For group 3, I have the Garnet Elixir. This is actually a dark red, deep dark red and brown stone. You can't really tell because of the light in my kitchen, but it is dark red. Now we have here for group 4 the Tiger's Eye Elixir. For group 5 we have the clear quartz. For group 6 we have the Lapis Lazuli Elixir. For group 7 we have the green Aventurine Elixir. For group 8 we have the Citrine Elixir. And for group 9, we have the Amethyst Elixir. This one I've actually used a lot, so there aren't that many crystal shards inside of it, but it is important. Amethyst is one of the most important crystals when you're doing crystal healing work. I also chose the corresponding crystal card from the Crystals Oracle deck because I want to kind of read you a little bit the affirmation that goes along with the crystal of your choice and potential solutions, potential ways in which you may use this crystal. If you happen to also get the crystal after you listen to this reading and work with it, please message me either on Instagram or write me an email and let me know how is your healing process growing. So I hope that you guys have made a choice. Thank you so much for your support. If you would like a personal reading with me, if you feel so inclined, the first link in the description box takes you to my website where you can see a whole range of affordable options. You may also order a birth chart report, but if you're not into astrology, then maybe card readings could be for you. I use Lenormand, I use runes, I use the tarot and oracle cards. Please also follow my blog for free articles on astrology and occult topics. I also have a second channel, The Eden Nearby, with healing affirmations and really relaxing vlogs. I'm so happy for the love you guys are giving me on my second channel. And I would like you to take a moment right now to go and visit my third channel, The Spiritual Cosmos, and please go and subscribe. I aim to actually have 1,000 subscribers by the end of this month, and if we reach that goal, I'm going to give you guys a free giveaway in which I am going to create a birth chart reading for one of you lucky subscribers. So help me fulfill that goal. There is a lot of exciting stuff coming on the Spiritual Cosmos because I believe 2024 is the year of astrology. As soon as Pluto moves into Aquarius, we're going to see much more astrological knowledge hitting the collective in an obsessive way. So please make sure that you follow me there and that you like my videos so that you can get notifications every time I post. Your support really means the world to me. You may also follow me on Instagram and TikTok for short form readings if you want a tarot or oracle hit from time to time. In a couple of days' time, we will be having a new moon in Capricorn, and my Patreon crew is going to get some spell work, an astrological forecast report, a 3-card reading, and these are all part of a membership that costs only $5 each month. I need to mention this as well, guys, so that you are aware of that. So feel free to head on over to Patreon. The link is in the description box below. If you want to support me for this very small sum, you get a lot of perks, and especially around the new moon and full moon events of the month, I upload with fresh content. All this being said, I hope that during this time you got to meditate a little bit on these options and you made your choice. And now I'm super excited about finding out what self-care advice, what healing advice can the elixirs provide for you as part of our spiritual pharmacy. Hey Group 1, welcome to your self-care pharmacy reading. Let's find out what kind of advice and inspiration you need in your life at the moment to help you heal, to help you feel more inspired, to begin 2024 in a really good way. So this is for those of you that were drawn to the red agate elixir. It is this beautiful red stone. I have here the corresponding red agate card, and it is written that the agate is a banded chalcedony that comes in many forms. Elegant blue lace agate and iridescent fire agate are two versions, for example. It's a very common crystal, to be honest. Each agate has its own unique vibe, and they all promote the same kind of energy. Wherever you are, you need to be present, be there. So who needs it? People who are struggling with work and life balance. Where to put it? Wherever you need more stability in your life. And when to use it? When you want to get into your body, try the fire agate, so the one that I have shown you. When too much screen time has you feeling disconnected from anything, the slightest bit echo. Try the far from aptly named moss agate. That can also help you as well. But today we're dealing mostly with the energy of the fire agate, and your affirmation is find your solid ground. So I can already feel that the diagnosis in your case, spiritually speaking, is related to an imbalanced root chakra. You could be struggling financially. You could be struggling to feel an inner sense of alignment, safety. You may begin a lot of things in a very frantic way. Your routine could be a little bit all over the place. It's hard for you to kind of feel in the moment. You may be easily distracted by a lot of new information, new ideas, people coming at you left and right. There could also be some drama in your life or some conflict that is pushing you to grow beyond your means, but in an uncomfortable way. Astrologically speaking, you could be at the mercy of a couple of tense square aspects that are being created right now to your sun, to your moon, or to your ascendant placements. Now let's see the rest of the cards. I'm going to begin with the body tarot, and we have here the diaphragm. This is the equivalent of the wheel of fortune, change. So I see that actually you are blessed with a number of really important changes coming into your life. The Wheel of Fortune is Jupiterian energy, and Jupiter is the great benefic. Jupiter brings you blessings upon blessings. However, these blessings could come in a form that you are not comfortable with. You're not really opening your arms to accept these blessings because you feel as if you don't want changes in your life. You could be tired, worn out. Maybe there's been a lot of change in your life so far, and all you want is stability, a solid ground, something that can make you feel safe and held. But I have the feeling that the divine is saying, find a way to give safety to yourself. Find a way to feel good and safe in your own body, to understand that you have the capacity to start saying no and clean up some of your activities, some of the relationships in your life in order to feel safe inside of your body. And then the divine is going to bless you with a lot of the things you want in a way in which you have to be ready to receive them. So the first thing you need to do is feel safe within yourself and then open up and accept. It may be challenging at the moment, but I see that with the diaphragm represented here, this part of your body, you may be feeling a weight on your chest. It could be hard for you to breathe, or you could be breathing very shallowly, in a shallow way. Like, for example, you may not even realize it that you're breathing in this way. It's important for you to stop, focus on your breath, acknowledge how you are taking in air and how you are expanding it, and slow it down a little bit. Like, I can do this. I feel safe. Nobody's challenging me now. And so on and so forth. Keep telling yourself such things as you focus on your breathing. The diaphragm here is the first key to helping you understand how you can just roll with the blessings that are coming into your life and to see change as something fun, as something exciting, to stop trying to control it with your mind. Because what is causing you these issues at the moment is the fact that you want things to come to you in a certain way. You have certain expectations, and these expectations are butting heads right now with the way in which the universe wants to give you blessings. So open up, let those expectations dissolve, open up and receive. Now, the other card that I have for you from the Body Tarot, we have the Five of Wood, pettiness. So I see very clearly here that you could be coming up against a lot of stubbornness. Traditional rules, regulations no longer apply to your reality. In the booklet for the specific Body Tarot, which I have been studying recently, the wood element represents the liver and the gallbladder as parts of your body that could be taking a big energetic hit at the moment. So you may be experiencing some uncomfortable energy around your liver and gallbladder. Now, the color green is related to intellectual pursuits, your career, your thoughts, and your mental processes. It's the equivalent of the 10th and the 3rd house in astrology. Your mind at the moment, the way you speak to other people, the way you communicate, is blocking you from accepting financial and career-related successes. You could be in a competition with other people around you. You may not even be aware of the fact that you're competing with certain people around you. There is this energy of pettiness, not necessarily that you are generating, but you may find yourself at the center of a very petty debate. And this is directly affecting your capacity to process your emotions. And this is expressed in your body through a pain in your chest, an incapacity to use your diaphragm easily when breathing. And it could also be that you may struggle with some gallbladder or liver issues at the moment. So these areas in your body require some gentle awareness. Become aware of these parts in your body and figure out, how can I gently love them? Send them light, visualize white light peering through them. Focus a little bit more on them by putting your hands on your diaphragm, your hands on your liver and your gallbladder. Focus more on these parts in your body, because the more you do that, the more your mind is going to receive messages that these parts are important. They require gentle, loving, compassionate care. And no matter what is going on in the exterior world, no matter how many people are challenging you with their pettiness at the moment, or how competitive you feel, that the struggle to thrive and to make ends meet, the hustle for objects, the hustle for money, no matter how intense you may feel it is at the moment, you do have the capacity to control how you interact with it, how you respond to this energy. And you also have the choice not to respond to it. You have the choice to just be firm in the belief that you're going to be okay, that your body is working with you rather than against you, that blessings are coming to you in a way in which maybe you never thought they were possible before. So why not open up to that idea? That is going to be the healing way in which you will connect with these parts in your body, by changing a little bit your mindset, by letting go of certain expectations of how you want things to go. Allow yourself to become curious again. Allow yourself to say, what if things are going to work out? What if there is another way to achieve that very thing that a lot of people want, including myself? What if we don't have to compete for it? What if it can come to me just because I feel I'm worthy of it? Do these mental exercises. And I say mental because, as I said, the element of wood represented in this body tarot is related to intellectual pursuits. You may struggle with fears of what are you going to do after you complete your studies. You may struggle with problems related to how are you going to continue to pay rent or to pay for your degree. You have to kind of release the blocks of how you feel things are going to come to you, because you are imagining something nasty, you're giving into fears, and the fears are manifesting in physical pain symptoms in these areas of your body, your liver, your gallbladder, and the diaphragm. Now, having diagnosed what the energetic problem may be, having given you the crystal that you can work with in this period that can help you, red agate is also good to balance any anger you could be storing in your liver. Any inflammation, like maybe you get hot under the collar when you see other people getting things and you're not getting them. Or you could like push and try to kind of make fists and be like, oh, I want it so badly, but it's not coming. Why is it not coming? Well, red agate can really balance you out, okay? So as your spiritual pharmacist, I'm here to let you know that working with this crystal can do wonders for you. And remember to repeat the affirmation, find your solid ground. So I am finding my solid ground. Now let's see what the oracle cards have to say. I'm really curious, because the oracle cards tend to be a little bit more soothing. It's like the doctor is in and the doctor is prescribing the following things to you. We have here summer 24. I can already feel a vitamin D deficiency. Obviously check with your doctor. Don't just take this advice and run with it. But it could be that you need to be more in the sun, or you need to take some vitamin D supplements, some cod liver oil supplements. There is a feeling of introducing more summer energy into your life. And you could do this by painting, drawing, maybe even getting some sunflowers. They don't have to be real, they could be artificial, and decorating your house with them. I see here the advice. This is a time of blooming in your life. You have to celebrate your successes. So this is again taking you from a mentality of lack. Oh, I want something but I don't have it and it's not coming to me when I want it. That's lack mentality. Yeah? Go back to celebrate everything you have achieved. Start from the bottom. I am healthy. I am here. I have graduated, if you have. I have managed to secure a job, if you have. So celebrate all of these successes. Think about what you have, honor it, value it, and more is coming your way. As a general world of advice, if you're struggling at the moment, I know that in the Southern Hemisphere, it is summertime. So if you're from the Southern Hemisphere, something miraculous, a blessing could come upon you out of the blue right now. Or if you are in the winter hemisphere, in the northern part of the world, something important is going to happen in terms of your intellectual pursuits, your finances, your career in the summer months. June, July, and August are going to be moments when you will see progress. So you've got something to look forward to. The doctor is also advising that you need to spend time with friends. You need to be surrounded by people. And if you feel lonely, if your friends are no longer living next to you, or if you cannot contact them in this period, it's important to just go out and be a little bit more social. Go and have a coffee and a piece of cake in a public place. Try to talk to your neighbors if they are so willing. Try to just talk to people at the grocery store. Give them a compliment, ask them about their day. People really need to get more into the habit of doing small talk again, because it's a skill that is giving us oxytocin and a lot of really nice hormonal balancing boosts, but we somehow have forgotten it, especially in the big cities where we're constantly on the rush, where we're constantly running. I don't know what we're running towards or away from, but we're constantly rushing. So it's important to stop and take a moment to make the environment a little bit more friendly. You have the power to bring this energy of friendship, not only in your own group of friends, but also by acting friendly with the people, the strangers in your environment. And in this way, you will calm yourself down and you will understand that there's nothing for you to be afraid of, because we're going back to that red agate energy, the imbalance in Muladhara, in your root chakra. Okay, the next card that I have here for you, we have Success, the Peppermint, Libra energy, and the Key. You see, there's nothing for you to worry about. I would highly recommend that in this period, you make yourself some peppermint tea and sit and meditate for 5 minutes, focusing on your breathing, like we mentioned earlier, because the key is in your hands. You know exactly what to do, but you've been rushing or you've been too anxious to actually allow the realization to come through. That you know what to do, you hold the key to your own solution, to the solution of your problems, you hold the key to your success. Freshness, something fresh, something new is coming your way. An opportunity to study something, an opportunity to get an award, a solution, a clarification, an opportunity to spend time with friends, an opportunity to travel to a sunlit place, an opportunity to heal your body. And speaking of healing, I see here the energy of the rose, the energy of love. It's gorgeous. And the astrological energy is, of course, the glyph of the planet Venus, and it is conjunct the moon. Moon-Venus energy is so beautiful. It is about connecting your emotions with your capacity to relate to other people, putting your feelings into words, talking to your female friends especially, or to women around you about what it is that you've been experiencing, what it is that you've been going through. Again, if you don't have immediate friends around you, book an appointment to a beauty spa or a nail parlor and talk to the person that is taking care of you. There's always this opportunity to talk to a specific person that is offering you a service and to kind of become a bit more chummy with them, a bit more friendly. In this way, you're also getting them to enjoy their workday and to not have that kind of weird stiffness between two people who don't talk with each other. But at the same time, you're also allowing yourself not only the benefit of getting the treatment, but also the benefit of interacting with that person and exchanging those really nice energies that are sociable and that can heal our hearts. And now the final card that I have for you. We see here a deep inner journey. You will be rewarded for the work. The question I have for you, how can you alchemize your fear? I genuinely feel that we are together in the same developmental path, because a lot of the things I am reading for you have been things that I have been going through in my own space. Part of the reason is that the planet Pluto is getting ready to enter into my 4th house, the house of emotions and deep healing, the past and the womb. So maybe you may be having this transit as well. And I'm here to let you know that you're not alone. Many people are going through the same kind of thing. You are not losing your mind. It is just a question of you understanding how your mind can affect your body. And then in turn, your body reacts and lets you know, I feel this pain because your thoughts are dragging me down. So it's important to align your thoughts with something more balanced, with the things you want to create, with the things you want to experience. It's an effort. It requires daily practice. But you can do it. You can definitely do it. I can tell you because I'm going through the same thing. And I have my low days and I have my high days, but it is working. You see again, pink roses. I feel that love is entering your life. The more you are able to move your thoughts into a more balanced way, don't make them necessarily ultra positive, because there is space and room in our lives for more negative thoughts as well. It's just being careful that you don't wallow in either of them for too much. Balance is required for complete health, for you to be able to feel like you're living your life's purpose. And I also want to tell you that if you're struggling to receive love from other people at the moment, you need to flip the mindset and understand that you're not going out into the world to seek love, to search love, because you'll never find it in this way. You are love. You are the generator. The more you think of yourself as, I show up in my world because I am a force of love, and I am able to understand other people, to forgive them, to love them, to make them feel good about themselves, because I am a force of peace and positivity and love for other people. The more you think like this, the more people will be attracted to you, and the right kind of people, those people that have their hearts open and see that you are a generator of love, and they want to come and sip at your well. Oof. On these wise words, which I have the feeling they came out of me almost as if I channeled them, I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that this was nourishing. I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Take care, Group 1. Ciao. Hey, Group 2. Welcome to your special self-care tarot, deep healing, life purpose giving reading. It's a variety of topics that we're covering today, but they're all meant for your alignment and for your spiritual becoming. So this is for those of you that were drawn to the Obsidian Elixir. Welcome to the Spiritual Pharmacy. I am prescribing a couple of beautiful gifts for you, so that I hope that this reading is nourishing. Now I have the corresponding Obsidian card from the Crystal Oracle deck, and I'm just going to tell you very briefly about this crystal and how it can help you in this period, especially since you were so drawn towards it. Obsidian is a black volcanic glass. Before the internet, before AI, before kitten food delivering diaries, like way back, early Homo sapiens were getting it done with obsidian tools. Capable of holding an extremely sharp edge, obsidian scalpers are used in surgeries today. Okay. Who needs it? Anyone looking to cut out negative people and patterns from their lives. Scorpios especially. So if you're a Scorpio, surround yourself with obsidian at this time. Where to put it? In your pocket, like a concealed weapon against bad vibes. When to use it? When thinking positively seems out of the question. So when you're deeply in those dark, brooding thoughts. When dark forces are at work, dig in, arm yourself with obsidian, and throttle back. Now, the affirmation is protect your soul. Okay, so I feel that a lot of you could be feeling under psychic attacks at the moment. It could be that you're having some really negative, obsessive thoughts that are attracting towards you these kind of intense experiences as well. It's important to find your root, your center. It's kind of a similar energy to Group 1, because in Group 1 we talked about the imbalanced root chakra, Muladhara. But in your case, I feel like Manipura needs a lot of love. The solar plexus chakra, the one at the center of our being, the confidence giver. It could be that a lot of people around you are negative. You might have felt threatened, or you might have been attacked. My heart goes out to you if this has happened. It could be that I'm feeling that a lot of you, instead of actually standing up straight, you could be hunched like this in order to protect yourself, your heart center, and the solar plexus chakra, which is heavily imbalanced in your energy I'm picking up at the moment. So the Obsidian Elixir is the one that will help you at the moment. Obsidian is a very common stone. You can easily find it. It's inexpensive. So I highly recommend that you get your hands on one of them and wear it with you all the time. The alternative to obsidian is black tourmaline, but you have to be careful with black tourmaline because it dissolves in water very easily. So if you want something more solid, something that doesn't crack so easily, go for obsidian. Now, I'm going to show you the cards that I pulled for you from the Body Tarot to continue with the help, the support, the self-care advice that I feel like you may need in this period. So we have here the heart. You got the heart. Amazing. The Fool, this is the equivalent of the Fool card in the Major Arcana, the first card, the risk taker, the one who wears its heart upon its sleeve. And we have here a very, very big indication to self-care. There is a divine purpose for why you clicked on this specific reading, for why you were drawn to my energy, because you, my love, I think out of all of the 9 options, you are in the most need for self-care, self-love, self-admiration, self-rooting. That's the word I wanted to use. You may be feeling that focusing too much on yourself is selfish or self-centered. But I feel like a lot of people in your life have been using these arguments to get you to come out of yourself, to manipulate you to prioritize their needs above your own. It's time for you to take that power back by actually saying, no, I need time for myself. I need to actually focus on my needs. If people around you are not able to meet your needs, you have to find a way to pull back your energy and find solutions, find ways in which you can fulfill those needs on your own for a while until you are able to attract the right kind of individuals that can help you fulfill those needs. Especially the need for sleep, the need for rest, the need for nourishment. These things are something that you can certainly give to yourself. And then as you're taking care of the basic needs, much like in Abraham Maslow's pyramid of needs, of human needs, you can also go to the supraordinate needs, and you can attract the need for affection from somebody else or from a group of people that you're part of and you're working within. The next card that I have for you, I see here the 6 of Earth. And in this body tarot, which uses a completely different way of working with the minor arcana, inspired by Chinese medicine, I see here that the earth is related to the organs, the spleen and the stomach, and it is the energy that is connected to money and property, financial wealth, abundance and prosperity. And we see the color yellow here again, which is an indication of the solar plexus chakra. So I was reading from the booklet, just so you know where I was looking, because I'm also getting accustomed with the energy of the body tarot, but I felt so inspired to put it into use in your service today. So I see that the main organs in which you could be getting some blows, in which the energetic, the chi life force could be very low for you at the moment, are the heart, the stomach, and the spleen. So these are the parts in your body through which we process emotions. There are some heavy, heavy emotions related potentially to you being rejected, left on your own, you feeling like there is nobody that you can rely upon, nobody that you can trust. These are some pretty heavy, heavy energies. And I'm here to let you know that if you have been feeling or made to feel in this way related to the breakdown of a couple of relationships in your life, you can still repair yourself. There is no such thing that you cannot overcome in this mortal plane. It is so important for you to activate your deep spiritual energy, the deep spiritual knowing that you are part of the divine. You are an individual that even in spite of physical help from the people around you, you can ask the divine to pour light inside of you, to show you the path, to come through for you and help you in your time of need. Some of you may be going through your Saturn return at the moment. It's a deep, dark night of the soul, and especially at the moment at which I'm filming this reading, Saturn is in the sign of Pisces, and Pisces is a lot about finding a way to process some really deep emotions, but you may feel that the normal way in which people process emotions in your case is blocked. Like you feel hurt, but you can't cry it out. You feel disgusted, but you can't put it into words. So what would be an alternative way for you to find an outlet for those emotions so that they don't fester inside of you, ending up affecting these organs that are vital for your nourishment and for your vitality as well, for your life? One way to do it would be to dance it out, to paint, to sing it out. You don't have to be like a paid performer to do so. Sing in the shower each morning. Sometimes things become so heavy on our hearts that all we are left to do is sing about them. And by singing about them, we are able to lift the pain away from our body. Think about all of the people that are left destitute, people that have been abandoned and neglected, who earn small pennies on the side of the road by singing, by using music as a way to heal themselves and also to earn a very small income. They rely on the kindness of strangers to heal themselves because life has dragged them to such a point. And this can happen to any of us. And I'm not saying this to scare you in any way, but it's just a way to look at what is going in society and what is going in the lives of certain people that are having such tremendous karma to bear. Look at it in a way that is constructive. Look at it in a way that is healing, because what those people are doing is healing to their spirit. So what may look materially very different, what may look rationally very weird and gross, and why would somebody get themselves in such a position, on a spiritual level it matters so much. And it is sometimes the mirror image or flipped image of what you're actually seeing with your eyes. It's something very different. So find a way to express your emotions by using alternative ways of showcasing them. Take photographs, write your emotions down, talk them through with the help of a professional or just a friend, a neighbor, even a stranger. Even you can just talk to a stranger about what you're going through. Some people find it more easily to talk about their deepest problems with strangers rather than with their own relatives. I myself have talked to such people in trains and airplanes, and at certain points in my life I was that kind of person who just suddenly just unloaded emotionally onto a stranger. Now, it's not necessarily, I don't want you to feel guilty for doing that, because there is a lot of shame and stigma related to emotionally unloading onto other people. We are human beings and we have emotions, and you have to trust that if you feel inspired at a point to speak about what you're going through, you have to trust that the other person is strong enough to take it. They will tell you, so don't worry. It's important for you to go with the flow of your intuition, to go with the flow of what you're feeling, and to not block yourself so much, because blocking yourself is festering this negativity and is continually putting you in situations where you choose people that reject you. You choose people that push you to the side because you're not dealing with your feelings. So you attract stoic people that push you to the side or use you. While if you were to deal with them, you would attract the right kind of individuals that can help you hold them. The power is in your hands. You're a wonderful creator. You have to step into that energy. So the main problems that I see here are an imbalanced heart chakra and an imbalanced solar plexus. Make sure to listen to some meditative music. Put it on your earphones and just listen to that before you fall asleep. And definitely carry obsidian around you. The Obsidian Elixir is your saving grace at the moment. Remember the affirmation. Protect your soul. It's the most valuable thing about you. The body comes and goes, it decays, it's just a vessel, a tool through which we have to fulfill our karmic duties here in this lifetime. And also, sometimes experience peak experiences or enjoy life, experience its pleasures as well. But the most important thing, the thing you will literally take with you into the next lifetime, is your soul. So you have to protect it. Now, after having diagnosed the issue with the help of the tarot and the crystal elixir energy, let's see what the oracle cards have to say. The oracle cards, like I said for group 1, they're like a doctor, they're like a nurse that steps in and says, I got the medicine for you. Let me gently apply it so that it feels soothing and that it feels like we're putting a band-aid on your hurt, on your spiritual hurt, on your emotional wound. So, let's see. We have here, first of all, Sisterhood, number 27, and the keywords are initiate a new sister's adventure. If you feel like you cannot find your soul family members, why not initiate? Why not start your own group? Send out a message on any platform that you feel especially drawn towards, and gather a group of people. Talk about a specific topic, something that has happened to you, something that has been felt and processed by you, or you're in the midst of processing it. Attract people through choosing to open up your heart, to no longer hold back in fear, to no longer feel that if I speak about this or if I show my vulnerability, I'll be stigmatized, I'll be put to the side, people will see me as a pariah and reject me. Take a risk. Take a risk. Because I feel that if you speak from the heart and if you actually choose to say something and do something that is healing for your heart, for your stomach, and for your spleen, I feel like you will attract the right counterparts towards you. It's important in this period to kind of let go of expectations of romantic, erotic love and to focus more on sisterly or brotherly love. Building your coven, building your group of supportive friends. You need a social network of support more than you need romantic love at the moment. That will come too. And it may be the case that romantic love will come through one of these people that you first build into your group of friends. You have to start building, and you have to start believing that there are good, kind people out there, that what has happened to you in the past has only been some sort of karmic residue that you had to process. Pain strengthens us, but you have to understand that true strength lies in continuing to open your heart, not in blocking yourself away from other people. It's a process. It's difficult, I'm not going to lie. I myself have been going through certain things like this. So it's important for you to keep in mind that you can reach out and that you can create your group of supportive people. Now, I also have here, make an altar. You have to understand that the divine can support you, but choose the god or the goddess that you want to worship. It's important as well to put yourself in this more humble position. To protect your soul, you have to ask for the help of a spiritual ascended master, of somebody that is a supraordinate form, somebody that is cosmically connected to a force that with your human mind you're not able to comprehend, but you're able to understand and ask help from. Whether you call this God, Buddha, Kalima, I don't know, Athena, Aphrodite, that is of no relevance. The important thing is that you choose a God that can help you overcome challenges, can help you let go of negativity, and can help you open up your heart. Move from a focus on worshiping an object or worshiping a specific professional goal towards worshiping something bigger than you that can take you under its protective wing and preserve your soul. It's important to create an altar in your home. You don't need that many fancy things. You need a candle. You may need some flowers and some crystals. And put an image of that specific deity. It can also be just a cutout image from some place. It doesn't have to be necessarily a statue. It could also be an oracle or a tarot card if you happen to have some of them lying around. Or it could be an icon, like religious icons, for example, if you choose to worship somebody from your own culture, your own religion. But it's important to surrender to a higher power and to allow the force of the divine to spiritualize your life. Because if your life has been especially painful, it's because it's trying to bring you to this point where you surrender. You could be a life path 7, which means that this is a lifetime filled with spiritual lessons for you, and material pursuits are not going to be that important, no matter what society tells you. Now, the other advice I have for you, we have here yarrow, harmony, and we see here the energy of Venus again. We see Libra energy. So in your case, balance is important. Yarrow as a herb can really help you at the moment. You could get some yarrow balm, make it yourself, or maybe prepare some yarrow tea as well. The key word here is harmony, establishing a sense of inner balance and harmony, allowing for things to grow in your life rather than constantly severing them, separating yourself from them, or cutting them off. Allowing yourself to receive, allowing yourself to connect, and allowing yourself to relate to other people. Libra energy is all about compromise, negotiations. It is also about how much I am giving and how much you are giving to me. Let's meet in the middle. This is your saving grace at the moment. Meet in the middle. Control those desires that tell you that you need to have more than what you already have. Be grateful for what you have, and more is going to come your way. This is part of the law of attraction, part of the law of prosperity as well. So remind yourself of that. I know that you know these things, but sometimes in our day-to-day life, we go about a lot of activities and we forget. We forget those things that we know so beautifully. Also, we may be having some astrological transits, like the planets Saturn and Pluto can sometimes cut us off from the very things that we knew and we were doing really well. And this is in a way to challenge us to put even more effort, because we're ready for the next stage of discipleship. We're ready to ascend, but we can only do it if we put in a lot of hard work into it. That's how you become a master at something, by applying yourself every day skillfully to the task at hand. If you find it hard to open your heart, push yourself. Open your heart every day. Say affirmations like, I open my heart now. Do rose yoga, yin yoga as well. Breathe into the heart. Visualize the heart all the time. Become gently obsessed by anything related to the heart. That is actually a healthy obsession to have. Up until the moment when you feel like you've opened enough to just gently let the obsession go. We also have here Lime energy, good luck. So look what's coming into your life, good luck. It could be that this good luck is a blessing in disguise. You could be feeling like something sour that appeared in your life. How could this be good luck? But it is good luck, as long as you understand that if life gives you limes, you can make limeade out of them. You can make some juice out of them. Limes, in spite of the fact that they're quite sour and tart, they hold so much vitamin C inside of them, and you may need vitamin C. You may have a vitamin C deficiency, and this could be dragging down your capacity to truly feel vital and to feel energized. I see here Capricorn energy, so definitely Saturn is playing is dishing out some important karmic lessons, and you may feel like you wake up each day with a ton of bricks on your head, but by putting in the effort to show up, stick to a daily routine, and continue to push towards your goals in a gentle manner, you will see that day by day you are climbing. Day by day you are achieving something. And then by the time when you will look back on this period in your life, you will see, I managed to get myself out of this cave of emotional breakdown. I managed to actually do it through my own efforts. And that's going to be the gift of Saturn. Confidence, self-mastery, the understanding that you have so much power. So I gently suggest that you introduce more limes into your diet, or potentially also get some vitamin C. Definitely speak to your medic. Don't just take my advice just like that. But, some vitamin C supplements never hurt anyone. I do think that it's something that at the moment the advice for the general collective that has chosen group 2 is, rely on the lime. And now the final card that I have here for you, we see here, you heal by releasing, not by suppressing. How beautiful is this? How beautiful does it bring us full circle? And you see here these circles in the sand, right? This reminds me of the energy of, I see here number 8. So maybe the 8th house in astrology is very strongly prominent for you. You could be having an important transit of the planet Saturn to your 8th house, really challenging your energy, your capacity to trust other people, challenging you to face your shadow, to come in touch with your darker side. Also with the things that could be more negative about yourself, those things that need love and acceptance. But I'm also seeing these concentric circles as the 11th house, the house of connectivity and friendship. So you may need to find a way to overcome your darkness and to understand that we all have a darker side. That doesn't make you a pariah, somebody that should live outside of society. It just makes you a human among humans. So keep repeating that to yourself. I am a human among humans, and I'm doing the best that I can. I am trying each day, and I will accomplish my goal. Yeah? So the question for you, it's a little bit of spiritual homework. What emotions do you need to feel? Allow yourself the space to feel those feelings that you find taboo. Allow yourself a way to process them. There are constructive, creative, healing ways to process feelings that you may find shameful. You could be feeling immense anger right now. There is a way to process it. Dance it away. Punch a pillow. Go and work out. Go and do some sort of collective sports with a friend. Use that competitive drive. Use that life force. And do something good for the people around you. Move your body in a way that it can allow you to release pent-up emotions. Okay, you can do it. You can do it, group 1. You can overcome the darkness. And you will also find in the process that the darkness is part of your whole being experience here on earth. So there's nothing to be afraid of. It's just something you need to simply accept and surrender to. Okay. This is the reading that I had for you. I really hope it's helping, that it's nourishing. Thank you so much for listening. Let me know down in the comment at which stage of your journey you are. Use the space in my comments. It's a safe space here. I moderate it, so please feel free to use the space in the comments and share some of your feelings with us. We're here to help, support, and hold you. So thank you so much, Group 2. Take care and have a wonderful rest of the day. Ciao. Hey Group 3, welcome to your spiritual pharmacy. Welcome to a self-care tarot reading in which we're going to see what parts of your body, of your energy are a little bit stuck, what parts need healing, what kind of inspiring advice you need to hear at the moment. So this is for those of you that were drawn to the garnet. The garnet is a deep brown reddish stone. I know you can't really tell from the light and the bottle shards, but yeah, it is a really beautifully deep red stone. I love it because to me it represents loyalty, deep commitments, binds that we create between ourselves and other people that cannot be broken. So I have here the corresponding card for the garnet from the Crystal Oracle deck. My God, like I feel that your energy is very slow at the moment. It could be that you're struggling with your energy. I also feel some problems in the throat chakra. Capacity to communicate may be a little bit blocked. You could be very fearful of speaking or of receiving information. And I'm also feeling like a lot of warmth in my lower stomach area. Like it completely was flooded by a wave of warmth as I said this. I'm going to show you in a moment from the body tarot the parts of your body where you may be storing some energy that needs more work or more healing. But first of all, let me tell you about garnet, the crystal that can help you the most in this period, the crystal that you were so strongly drawn towards. Garnets are deep pomegranate to fiery red stones that have lit wrists for centuries. Garnets come in many forms, like almandine, grossular, and spessartine. Wow, those are some big words. Gorgeous garnets gush with positive vibes and are the perfect sparkly accessories to an I got this attitude. Who needs it? Writers who aren't writing, painters who aren't painting, sensual beings who aren't using their energy in the bedroom. Where to put it? Any place you want to make something, be it art, love, or dollar bills. And when to use it? When you feel like the real you is getting lost in the sometimes shallow, often materialistic priorities of a likes-driven culture. So your core affirmation is, get into your depth. Okay, so a lot of you may feel a little bit scattered at the moment. It could be that you're trying to keep up with a very superficial trend. You're trying to kind of market yourself or sell yourself, sell your energy, either to a specific corporation that has rather superficial goals, or in your own business, in your own profession, you may be trying to keep up with the Joneses. You may find that it's hard for you to be authentically yourself at the moment and to also attract services, money, wealth, prosperity. Let's see right now what the body tarot has to say, but I'm here to let you know that garnet as a stone can really help you at the moment manifest your goals and cleanse that rather electric and kind of bristly superficial energy I'm picking up around you. Because it may feel that at the moment you're working towards something, but it's not something tangible, it's not something solid, something that will last. You may feel that you're putting in a lot of work and effort into things that just disappear the next day, or they are very ephemeral. So, the body tarot, I have the following cards for you. The muscles, judgment. So the muscles in the body tarot are the equivalent of the major arcana card, the judgment. And we also see here renewal. Yeah. So a very strong, powerful energy of changing yourself, of, you know what, I'm being drawn to the idea of muscle memory. I feel like there is something stuck in your muscles and you have to put more effort into moving them, stretching them especially. It could be that the fascia So that connective tissue that binds our organs, that binds the muscles also to the bone, is stuck because you may not have had any opportunities to move around lately. Maybe you're recovering from a sickness and you had to spend a lot of time lying down. Maybe you're working from home and you have to sit a lot in front of a screen. It's important for you to understand that your muscles actually store certain painful, traumatic memories, and they also stir the inertia that we often put them into. So in order for you to release certain negative moods, certain emotions that are overwhelming you out of the blue, you have to do some muscle work. You have to stretch your muscles. You have to stretch your fascia. I highly recommend doing maybe just 10-minute stretch exercises each day for a week. And I guarantee that you're going to feel so much better and you're not going to want to stop doing them. It's addictive. Once you see that something is working so quickly and that you're feeling much better without taking any medication or resorting to other toxic habits to dumb yourself down, I'm telling you, it's something that you will want to stick with. So the muscles, tension in the muscles. You may be cracking your knuckles as well. There may be some tension over here. The vagus nerve could be really, really strongly kind of like activated in this period, but in a negative way. Like you could be experiencing all sorts of like nervous tweaks, or you could be feeling a lot of tension here in the muscles of your face. Especially with the muscles that you chew. Maybe you're a teeth grinder like I am, so you wake up in the morning with a really tight jaw and you generally have to do these silly exercises where you have to go like ah in order to liberate your masticator muscle. Yeah. So muscle work is necessary for you in this period. That is where you are storing a lot of issues. And I feel that the muscles in combination with the Judgment card talk about you having been at the receiving end of a lot of criticism from other people. And this criticism may have made you feel like you cannot relax and be yourself. It's making you feel like you have to tighten up. Like, you know, for example, when you grow up and a relative constantly keeps telling you, stand up straight, you know, stand up straight. They shouted you out of the blue when you're sitting in a relaxed position. And all of a sudden you tense your muscles in this position and it creates a habit. It's like you tense up every time you hear somebody raising their voice, or you tense up every time you are in a situation where you need some help from a person in a position of authority, much like your parent used to kind of correct you when you were little. So becoming aware of how you hold tension and in what muscle in your body, because we have a lot of them, is important for you at the moment to release a fear of being judged, a fear of coming in contact with the law, a fear of having some sort of issues with authority. This is also maybe a problem with a father figure, a person that holds a lot of power in the family, potentially in an unconscious way as well, because the Judgment card is the Pluto card. It does talk about you changing a really important way in which you relate to your surroundings and to authority and to your power by becoming more aware of how your muscles, how your skin, how your cells regenerate. Because this is the card of renewal. So there is some muscle tissue, some memories that are being activated as you do muscle work. They're being cleansed. They're making space for renewal, rebirth to come into your life. I also see here with the Two of Earth, we have fun. And the Earth energy is representative in this deck of the organs of spleen and the stomach. I have to look at the booklet because as I said, for group 1 and 2, I'm learning about this body tarot and how to use it to create these spiritual cleansing, health, healing, medical rituals for you. I just thought it would be a fun way to actually help you. So we see here that you could have really struggled in this period to do something intense and demanding and also something fun. It's like, I feel like you don't have that much time for fun, or your fun activities are somehow interfering with your capacity to do good work. Like, for example, you go out, you party, you have a hangover the next day, you have to go to work, and you're not doing your best because you're feeling a little bit tired. So you kind of stiffen up. You kind of try to pretend like you are there and present, even though energetically you're very low because of these fun activities that have been taking a lot of energy from your rest time, from your relaxation time. I also feel that, you could be juggling two things at the same time. It could be that you have to work as a performer or in an occupation that deals with entertainment. And then you also have to split your energy because you have to work another occupation or you have to study. So flipping between these two areas with increased flexibility has been a problem for you. And I feel that at the moment, your muscles, your spleen, and your stomach are parts of your body, organs in your body that are storing a lot of this. It's kind of like you're trying to distract yourself from healing. This is basically how I can put it down to. You're trying to distract yourself from healing. Healing is available for you, but you may try to run away from feeling something deeper. You may use sarcasm, you may use jokes, memes, all sorts of points of distraction to get you to not feel your feelings, to get you to not process what is happening in your stomach and in your spleen. You also need to be mindful of indulging too much, of excesses with your food, with drinking, with the overconsumptions of cigarettes or party drinks, party food, snacks. Maybe you may have overdone your consumption of snacks because this will have a really nasty effect on your energy further down the line, the more this is indulged in. I feel like, there could be some issues here with some tightness in the throat. And this is why there are some tight muscles here in the back of your throat. And this is why you could struggle to express yourself, because they are connected, of course. If you relax the muscles in the back, you will also be able, and also the muscles that we talked about here initially, masticator muscles, you are then able to express yourself with more confidence. You're able to stand up tall. You're able to just be a bit more forward. So I feel that in terms of the chakras that are affected by you, I feel like, or in your case, these are the solar plexus chakra, Manipura. You see all this yellow is indicative of how you use this part of your body. So this part right in your rib cage, right underneath your heart. And also how you use your voice, how you stand up for yourself. And how, as I said earlier, how you move from situations of tensions and muscle tightness to situations of fun and relaxation and muscle relaxation as well. And as you're doing this, tight, relax, you are also able to process those feelings that on some level you're a little bit afraid to face up to. You're a little bit afraid to acknowledge. Because it's kind of like you are trying so hard to keep yourself in a positive mood, but it will be a superficial positive mood. It will be a smile, but with the crying eyes, rather than a complete face full of, deep happiness and optimism. So there will be this kind of challenging energy that people around you are going to observe, and they may feel that you are lying to them because they feel that deep down inside there are some issues you need to deal with, but you could be putting on a face, a smile, so that you're hiding that. So that's why it's so important to do this depth work. That's why the garnet appeared here to advise you to get into your depth, because it's important for you to release the tension, to really heal the underlying emotion that is leading to this muscle tightness. Now, or to the anger, because it could be that some anger issues. Muscles are usually Mars associated issues. So let's see right now, just like a gentle nurse stepping in to give you a really good medicine, something soothing. I have here the oracle cards. So let's see, how can the oracle cards help you? Number 18, the spirit of air. Lightheartedness, right? So trying to understand how you can be both grounded into something real, but also to allow yourself flights of fancy, to allow yourself to feel like you can breathe, like there's space around you, like the future is possible. So we have here, a favorable wind is blowing in your life. I love this because we're getting such affirming good luck, like optimistic energies in the oracle cards. It's like once we diagnose the problem, the air of relief steps into. So the spirit of air is here to help you understand that there will be a breath of fresh air entering into your life. Whatever was suffocating you, whatever was getting you to feel tight, right? To kind of like protect yourself against any incoming aggression or blow. You can relax in the knowledge of knowing that the winds of change are coming, and they're bringing with them a lot of happy surprises, serendipity, happy occurrences. Another thing you need to be aware of is that you should give yourself a sweet treat. Now, be mindful, because I did mention earlier, try not to overindulge. Don't eat to the point where you make yourself sick, where you just fill up your stomach really quickly and then you have a sugar rush and it takes you places. Bake something for yourself. Go and treat yourself at a really beautiful pastry store in your city or in the region where you live. Bake something for yourself and other people, and then on top of the pleasure of eating the sweet treat, you also give yourself some really nice serotonin and oxytocin shots by being kind to other people, by giving food to other people. So that's really good. That takes you out of that self-centered energy into a selfless kind of energy, and this has such a good massage effect on your mind, and it improves your general mental health. So give yourself a sweet treat, remind yourself that life is sweet. Just as a side note, I entered the year drinking a hot cup of coffee with some brown sugar. I normally don't put sugar in my coffee, but I wanted to enter 2024 with a sweet treat. So I was watching fireworks around midnight, and just at the crossing between years. I was sick with the flu, but I was determined to have a sweet something to enter the year with, and it has been actually quite good. The first week of 2024 I managed to pull myself quite good through a sickness, and I actually found the sweet point in any weird event that has occurred to me since the beginning of the year. So something of that nature, a sweet treat to remind you that life is sweet, that it doesn't have to be so difficult. We have here as well the stock, and it's an invitation for you to focus a bit more on whatever it is that you want to achieve. We have here Sagittarius energy, so this could be your zodiacal energy, but Sagittarius is also about working towards a big goal, establishing at least one goal that you want to work steadily towards. It may not be something that you will achieve this year. It may be something that will come about in time with some effort. You may need to train yourself in the process of achieving that goal, but it's important for you to feel like you have a good big dream to achieve. You need an ideal. You need something to steadily work towards in order to feel like your life has purpose. This will release the pressure from your stomach. I feel like some of you could have some, inflated, some gas in your stomach. And I feel like the moment when you are going to give yourself a big goal to work towards, your life will become filled with purpose. You will find meaning in your everyday activities, and your belly will deflate and your muscles will relax. They won't feel so tight, So I also feel that palmistry can be a really healing tool for you at the moment. So learning about palmistry is especially advised. And doing an activity that requires your focus, creative immersion in a task, like reading a book, but only reading that book, not checking your phone every 10 pages. Just focusing yourself for 2 hours only to read that book. Focusing yourself for 30 minutes to do some yoga. Focusing yourself for 30 minutes to walk in your favorite park. Just doing that activity, being completely in the flow of that specific activity will give you presence, and it will give you a state of bliss. Because Sagittarius is all about finding joy in having a purpose. Now, I also see here that your benefic nutrient is the cordyceps. And the cordyceps, we see it here, represents in this deck the energy of revival. How beautifully does this fit with judgment? You are being born again, spiritually, physically. If you have been sick, you will recover phenomenally well. And the sickness will have taught you something, much like what I'm going through at the moment. And I'm very grateful on some level for having had the sickness, because it got me to slow down and to face some things that I was running away from. That may be an extra advice for you to handle at the moment. A trip to America or the exploration of your environment, if you are in America, is in the cards for you as well. Some shamanic healing, potentially through coming in contact with a Native American tribe, And I kicked my tea with my elbow. Drinking some tea, hydrating your body is essential because you could be experiencing an overflow of fire energy in your chart, and that needs to be quenched a little bit, to be alchemized by coming in contact with water, maybe by swimming, by drinking more water, by taking a bath. And we see here the astrological energies of Jupiter, Pluto, and Mars. Whoa! Yeah, Mars is considered to be a malefic. It brings usually the energy of strife and conflict. Together with Pluto, this energy is really amplified, but it talks about secrets. It talks about sensuality. It talks about how you are using your vital life force to transform yourself. Don't be afraid to let go of something in your life, because the moment you will let it go, something better will immediately take its place. You have to clean house in your life to make room for what is coming, and a lot is coming. Something that has the potential to transform you, to get rid of karmic binds. Release it. Release the muscles, release the tension, and allow this welcoming energy to come through. You may want to supplement your daily drinks, your daily food intake with the nutrient cordyceps. It helps you regulate, it helps you come in contact with and kind of balance them out, the stressors, the oxidant stressors in around you as well. I personally haven't taken it, but I've been talking to you guys on Instagram. A couple of you have been taking it, and you mentioned that it gets you to be more focused. It gets you to kind of feel balanced and grounded. So feel free to look into this really precious herb. The final card I have for you, we have here number 23. Prioritize self-love. Bring more flowers, more plants into your life as well. Surround yourself with their oxygen. Surround yourself with the touch of nature. We also see here, when do you feel most nurtured and cared for? Write it down. After you listen to this reading, write down the answer to this question. Try to have a one-to-one session, a healing session with yourself, in which you just put down everything you've been thinking on paper, and you just try to have this conversation. When do I feel most loved and nurtured? When do I feel most cared for? What environment do I especially enjoy? Do you sometimes maybe enjoy taking a trip to a park? I find parks very nurturing. I love the smells, I love to look at plants, I love the greenery, I love to walk through them. But it could be equally that a library is a nurturing space for you, to be surrounded by the knowledge of so many souls, to have that quiet time, to be able to take a book, pick it up the shelf, and sit down and read with no interruptions. So it could also be that you feel most nurtured in the arms of a specific individual. This is another message that comes through for some of you there. So maybe repairing a relationship with somebody, or spending some time with that person, because we often take the most important relationships in our lives for granted. So building some time, attention, and focus into that connection is really going to help you heal, find life purpose, and it will give you that extra boost of self-care that I'm sure that you came here for. And on that beautiful note, thank you so much for listening. I hope that you found this reading nourishing. I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Take great care of your beautiful heart, Group 3. Ciao. Hey Group 4, welcome to your self-care tarot, a deeply healing session. Welcome to the spiritual pharmacy. I just thought that this would be a fun way in which I can convey some important messages you need to hear about your life purpose, about well-being, and whether you have any imbalances in your body. Let's diagnose and find out. So I have here your choice of crystal elixir. This is the Tiger's Eye, a supreme elixir that helps you with courage. Getting the courage to stand up for yourself, develop a spine, actually expressing your beliefs, taking action in the direction of what you want to accomplish, just being overall more brave and not so afraid of the environment. So I have here the corresponding card from the Crystal Oracle, and I want to tell you a little bit about the Tiger's Eye because you were drawn towards it in this period for a very specific reason, and having Tiger's Eye around you is going to be essential in how you will feel more elevated, spiritually cleansed, and motivated. So, what is it? Tiger's Eye is a gold-brown quartz displaying a light-reflecting optical phenomenon known as chatoyance, or cat's eye, that appears just below the stone's surface. Who needs it? The currently overthinking and mood-swinging crowd, Geminis and Virgos. So if you happen to be a Gemini or a Virgo, this is your specific elixir. Where to put it? In a string of prayer beads hanging from your middle finger, counted during meditation, along with your blessings. And when to use it? When your thoughts are not your friends. When reading Jungian theories or attempting to decipher a Zen koan. When you're all roar and not enough purr. When only equanimity of mind, body, spirit, left brain, and right brain can get you square with the universe. Your affirmation is balance your whole being. I can already pick up on the fact that you guys may use humor in your life to try to kind of deflect all sorts of negative energies, but you may use humor to distract yourself from really important issues that you have to deal with. Especially if you're a Gemini, you use humor to kind of get the energy a little bit higher up, to make things more lighthearted, to get them off the ground, to not be so serious and heavy and boring and like, crowded with responsibility. I feel that it could be a problem with your crown chakra that you may be experiencing at the moment, with how you are able to connect with spiritual energy. You may be mistrustful of spiritual energy. Maybe you've been listening to too many pick a card readings, too many videos about God and spirituality, constantly trying to understand it with your mind, but not so much with your heart. I feel that in a specific area of your life, a lot of the vital chi force in your body that has been blocked will unblock as long as you take courage and do that very thing that you know you should be doing in the back of your mind. Actually tackle it. Don't procrastinate any longer. Go ahead and do it. Summon up the power and the strength and the force of will to say, yes, I'm going to do this. Yes, I'm going to take this risk. It could be in love, it could be at work, it could be related to a relocation that has really run its course. You're due for movement in a completely different area. That is for you to know specifically. Keep in mind, this is a general reading. But what I can help you with is trying to understand where this blocked chi force could be in your body at the moment. So chi is just this energy of vitality, feeling like you're alive, feeling like you're inspired, like you're motivated, to put it in a very blunt, concise, and simplistic way. But the cards that I got for you, wow, okay, so this is a complete elemental change from all the other piles. We have here the lungs. So here, this is the energy of the Hermit, Virgo energy again. Mercury-ruled individuals are especially drawn towards this pile. And we also have here an indication that solitude may do you good. It could be that you've been too sociable. You may have distracted yourself with a lot of going outs in order to not focus on the within. I'm also picking up on, smoke from a cigarette. Some of you have been abusing your cigarette intake. You've been smoking too much. It could be that during the holidays or just with the whole pressure of beginning the new year, you may have tried to compensate this anxiety by indulging in a habit that is affecting your lungs at the moment. You may have also passively been smoking by hanging out in environments that were quite smoky or smoke-filled, or other people have been smoking around you. Your lungs need a breath of fresh air. You need to focus especially on how you are breathing, the quality of your breathing. Are you taking very short breaths, like that's going to really, really take you out of balance. It will increase your anxiety. Or are you taking deep, long breaths, like you already can feel the difference, right? It's a much more powerful, much more controlled energy compared to the anxious bunny rapid intake of breaths. Well, you need to kind of steer your body in that direction. It will be important for you to maybe take a trip, a weekend trip, a small one-day getaway towards an environment that has an oxygen-rich kind of space. Potentially go to a botanic garden, go to a park, go to a space in nature, maybe a forest if you happen to have one nearby. Take a walk in the forest. Inhale the essential oils that are released by the trees. It's called forest bathing. It's a really wonderful discipline stemming from Asian countries, especially from Japan. But look more into that. It's a wonderful practice of being in nature and feeling like you're part of it, not just walking through it and trying to defend yourself against nature like most of us unfortunately do in the age of the Anthropocene. So the lungs, your point of balance, focusing on them will help you unblock some stagnant negative energy. If you're feeling blocks in your life at the moment, it could be related to the fact that your lungs need some gentle, loving care. It could be that you're also recovering from a flu, or maybe, you've been having some sort of pulmonary issues, bronchitis as well. You really need to take better care of them. Make sure to go and visit a doctor. Make sure to take the appropriate medicine for it. Now, I also have the Minor Arcana card, the 5 of Metal. So it's interesting. The metal energy appears for the first time in your specific choice. We have here budget. And the organs that are affected by metal are the lung, again, and the large intestine. And the metal from the booklet that I am reading from is letting me know that this is the energy of a worry for money, career, ambition, status, and inheritance. Okay, so yeah, I'm training myself to learn the body tarot, and that's why I'm using it in this reading today. So I see that the minor arcana in it are divided differently. They are divided after 5 elements, not after the usual 4 suits. So the metal energy is all about, I also feel like some of you really need to wear more metal on your body, or metal has been inserted in your body. Maybe you recently got a pacemaker, or maybe a metal shard as part of a surgery, an operation to help you move your hand or your leg. It could be that you may have gotten a small metal piece as part of some sort of head surgery or head injury. Surgery and injury came together. So yeah, it may have been that some of you out there, not all of you that I've chosen this group, were in some sort of accident over the holidays and you required some sort of stitching or surgery that inserted some metal in your body. I also feel like you're becoming increasingly more magnetic due to that, and you will react very differently to your environment. Okay, closing that small message for a couple of you out there. Coming back to the big issue. So you've got the lung as an organ that needs your focused attention in this period twice. This is a scream of help. This is an indication that, hey, we need support. We're here, your 2 lungs, we're doing the best that we can, but we also need you to focus more on that, on us. And I definitely feel that for those of you who have a lot of Virgo energy in your chart, you may be feeling the switch towards the age of Aquarius and you're finding it very uncomfortable. And it could be that you're using smoking or maybe even burning too much incense around you as a way to calm yourself down. But it is affecting your lungs, and it is creating these blocks in your capacity to manifest material outcomes, to attract the sums of money that you feel you need to pull in towards you. It's also maybe a side effect, this attack on your lungs. Maybe you had, you're not smoking, but you had a case of bronchitis or a lung problem. I feel like this is related to the fact that there is something that you are somatizing at the moment, some sort of family problems related to an inheritance, and you are making yourself sick, physically ill, by not being able to talk to your relatives, by going through a lot of stress in the relation to them, as you may be negotiating some money that is owed to you, but it's not coming about very easily. So that's just for some of you out there that may feel like this is the case. I am feeling very strongly called to let you know that in solitude you will find your peace. You need to really look at your budget, at your spendings, and at your earnings. And if you are struggling at the moment with an inheritance from your relatives, try to detach a little bit from it, because the answers will come to you. Your lungs, and especially your large intestine, require some gentle, loving care for you to be able to process everything. The large intestine also contains a lot of microbes that are important, essential in breaking down food. So make sure that you are taking some sort of nutrients such as kombucha or drinking some kefir, something that can also increase the microbiome in your large intestine, so that you may no longer experience bloating or really uncomfortable sensations in that part of your body. Bloating can also be experienced as part of unexpressed emotions. So it's important as well to find a means to talk about what it is that you're going through. Either put it in writing, write letters to yourself, or talk to somebody that is able to listen to you. Now, I want to give you the nurse part of this session, as I called it for the other piles. So I have here soothing oracle cards for you. It's almost as if a nurse comes into our reading and says, I have a band-aid for you. Let me soothe you, baby. So we have here, first of all, bear totem. We have bear medicine. The bear is your spirit animal in this period. Grumpy, hungry, but incredibly powerful. The bear is the ruler of the forest. People find bears in equal parts dangerous, but also cute and cuddly. They are highly intelligent, adaptable individuals. And I feel like bear totem energy brings you the message, retire into your den to find answers. You need to spend some time by yourself. This energy, together with the solitude energy, the hermit, is very strongly indicative of you needing to unplug. Stop going out so much, stop spending so much money. Budget, spend some time by yourself, retreat, relax, rest into your home, and things are going to become more balanced. You'll be able to breathe better, and also breathe a sigh of relief. That's what I'm hearing. Apologies. Yeah, you see, so again, expelling some air. Another thing that you need to pay attention to is get an astrological reading, or start looking into your birth chart more deeply. Whatever it is that you're going through, maybe the transit of an outer planet to any of your significant personal points, could be instigating this deep desire to get to know who you are. It could be that the planet Pluto is getting ready to enter into your first house, the house of self-knowledge. So finding an occult means through which you can gain esoteric knowledge about who you are and what's your life purpose in this incarnation is going to be deeply healing for you at the moment. Feel free to get in touch with me. I would love to help you with a birth chart reading, a transit report, or just a general tarot reading if that is your cup of tea, or any other specified and qualified spiritual teacher out there. Qualified was the word I was going for. So feel free to go for somebody that has experience. Feel free to go for somebody that can teach you something and that can help you understand yourself a little bit better. But astrology is really important for you right now, especially following the movement of the stars and what they are activating in your chart. Another message I have here for you is that nettle as a herb can help you tremendously at the moment. Whether you use it as a balm, as a lotion, as an ointment, or whether you just brew it into a cup of tea, nettle is significant for you. I'm also hearing that some of you may have issues with your scalp, with the dandruff that suddenly appeared out of nowhere. And it would be great if you could just wash your hair with some nettle shampoo, or if you can't find nettle shampoo, you can just basically create nettle juice or nettle syrup out of it, but syrup implies that there is something sweet. No, you can just like distill nettle from I'm kind of tripping over this because it's not my area of expertise, but I've seen some people online creating all sorts of elixirs and all sorts of hair waters that they use pre-shampooing in order to help make their hair thicker or better, or to treat it from certain problems. So that's basically what I'm recommending, in a way in which I'm kind of like circling around the words I'm trying to say. So basically, creating a nettle watery concoction that you can wash your hair with or your face is really important at the moment. Just make sure that before you try this, you don't have any allergies to nettle. Yeah? So nettle is very healing. It helps you step into your force, into your life power, because the two things that I forgot to say is that we also have the astrological energies of Mars and Pluto. Ooh, some of you may be having Mars in Aquarius, and Pluto is getting ready to begin its 20-year transit of crossing over your Mars, which is a period of intense willpower and coming in contact with your force and your spiritual energy that gets distributed through your body. Because Mars, it's a lot about the body, it's about physicality, it's how we take action and how we get turned on about doing something. And Pluto is about transformation. So the transformation of your willpower, the transformation of your energy. That's why you may be feeling out of sorts, because you're about to be revitalized. Now, speaking of that, I also see here stimulation, the chili. I would highly recommend that you make yourself some hot cocoa and put some chili inside of it as well, much like the Mayans used to make it, much like it is sometimes served in Mexico as well. Hot chocolate with chili is delicious. And I see here again, Aries energy needs to be activated in your chart. It could be that you were low on passion, or that you have lost your desire for something because you are looking towards other people for inspiration. You're spending too much time with other people, distracting yourself from tuning into what it is you really want to do with your life, with your force, with your vitality. I feel that there is a strong desire inside of you to accomplish something ambitious, but you're distracting yourself with social activities, with friends, with going out, with doing things that are indulgent in a way. And those things are good, but in a certain limit. I feel like you may have overdone them. And now the universe is saying, the advice from Spirit and from the god Horus, who is the deity that is presiding over this reading today, is that you need to retreat in solitude. You need to become bear-like, retreat into your den. Be a little bit more taciturn, more morose. Don't be so open with your energy, because you're changing your energy levels at the moment. You may also need to do some more self-pleasuring in this period. It could be that you forgot what it is to experience a moment of ecstasy, if you know what I mean. Your body really requires some rest. Your body requires something like you need to rest and then do something just for the sake of it. Not because you have to do it, but just because it feels good to move your body. It feels good to be in your body. You are going to step into a period of deep knowledge of your body, of how each muscle works, of how you can harness your vitality, of when to pull all of your energy into something to manifest it and when to pull it back. You know, it's going to be a phenomenal learning curve for you related to anything that Mars rules over. You may also figure out how to handle your aggression. Maybe you've been too passive aggressive. With Virgo and Gemini energy, you could use aggression just in words, or you may crack jokes in order to showcase aggression. But right now you're going to figure out how to let aggression and these feelings of feisty energy go through your body as well. And it's not something you should be afraid of. It is a really important period in your life when this Mars energy is waking up inside your body, so you understand what it means to be truly powerful and in control. And the final card that I have here for you, the card number 21. And this is the Great Awakening. Walk in your truth. Stand firm in your light. This is what Mars energy is all about in its elevated form. You're not going to back down. You're going to be brave and you're going to speak the truth. You're going to maybe become the whistleblower in certain situations. And that again requires a lot of courage. Tiger's eye. You are seeing certain things happening around you and you're no longer going to accept them for what they are. In your case, the advice is very different from group 2, I think. Group 2 that was battling with a lot of darkness and they just had to accept certain parts of their shadow. In your case, this is like no longer accepting what's happening in your environment. You have the knowledge, you have the verbal skills, and now you're going to summon up the courage to stand up and defend the weak, defend yourself, defend what you believe in. You're not going to allow other people to bully you, to put you into their dominion, to use you. You're summoning up the strength to develop that backbone and to just proudly say, this is who I am and that is what I stand for. We see here the indication, your homework. How can you trust yourself more? That's going to be the core of this beautiful awakening. You're going to figure out that part of the reason why you were encountering problems in your life and with your organs as well is the fact that you allowed yourself to be put into a place of doubt. Maybe people came about and said, do you really think that? Or no, you shouldn't think that because this and this is what's going to happen. But now you're just going to be a bit more centered and you're just going to feel like, no, This is my truth. This is what I believe in. And this is what I choose to continue building my life upon. And this will give you inner strength, integrity, this courage to fully be yourself and to own what you think and your values is going to help you create wonderful things in your life, things that you never had the courage to do. Now you're finally going to summon up and master these skills. And as you do these things that you've always wanted to do, but you never found the strength or the courage to do it because you may have always consulted other people, now you're just going to make the decision by yourself. I'm going to do this alone. I'm going to go solo and do it, but I have to do it. I'm no longer going to repress it. And this is how you will transform your life for the better and come into your power. You are understanding the benefits of independence, of thought, and of action as well. And I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for listening. I'm so happy that you got some chance to hang out with me today, and I cannot wait to see my next one. Ciao. Hi Group 5, welcome to your self-care tarot healing session. We're going to blast you with a lot of positivity, with a lot of help and support. If you have any ailments at the moment, any energetic blocks, I am here to provide you with an elixir. First of all, the clear quartz elixir that you were drawn towards, but also with spiritual guidance to help you feel good, to help you begin 2024 on a really beautiful, balanced point. So, I'm sorry, I drank some coffee and I hope that you don't see my coffee mustache. Okay, we have the rose quartz elixir. This is purity incarnate. The rose quartz. Maybe you were drawn towards using rose quartz, but I'm holding here some clear quartz. It would be wonderful if you could use clear quartz in combination with rose quartz, because this just blurted out of me, so maybe rose quartz will be significant for you. I have consciously not chosen rose quartz for this reading because I want to focus more on the energies that are pertaining to the self rather than the energies of a relationship. I may include it in a future reading if you were wondering. Now I want to read you the corresponding crystal card that I have here for clear quartz to help you understand how you may use it and in what situations. So, among the most abundant minerals on the planet, clear quartz is everywhere, but it's far from basic. A master manifestor, quartz is programmable. So give it a job to do and get busy. Definitely with clear quartz, you can actually speak your intention and say, I want to become purified of my past, and then wear it on your body. And that intention will continuously kind of manifest in your aura, and you will feel how past connections, past relationships are being taken out of your life. I'm getting a very strong energy shift over here in this part of my skull. And this is the left side. The left side is the feminine side, and it is the crown chakra that is being activated. So it could be that you may have felt a block on this part of your body, or maybe you're experiencing something on this part of your body as you're watching this. That part of your body may have needed some loving care. Your crown chakra, the place of great awakening and how you connect to the divine, needs some gentle loving care. You may need to massage your hair. You may need to do some crown chakra cleansing meditation, listen to some crown chakra music before going to bed, or just basically say the incantation, sing it, the incantation that is connected with the crown chakra, which is Aum. So that's basically the one you can repeat in order to attune yourself with the energy of the higher crown chakra. But now, coming back to your crystal card, who needs it? Rock hounds. Quartz intensifies the power of all the stones in your crystal collection, and also people who are born under the star sign of Gemini. Where to put it? Between your eyebrows during meditation. So, like this. I know it looks really silly. I don't know if I have a couple. Yes, I have a small one. Yeah. So over here, especially if you're lying back and creating a ruckus, especially if you're lying back in Shavasana, corpse pose, after yoga, you may feel free to just apply clear quartz right here in your third eye chakra to kind of unblock it, to cleanse it and purify it. Because it could be that I'm getting a very strong meddling messiness around your crown chakra and your third eye chakra. Welcome to the entertainment portion of your reading. And when to use it. When you find yourself believing the limitations your mind puts in front of you, call on Quartz to help you see through the illusions. Clear the mind of self-doubt, surrender to the will of universe, and start manifesting the impossible. Your affirmation is, enhance your vision. A lot of you are having some philosophical problems, some philosophical dilemmas in your life at the moment. Maybe you were doing tarot readings and you were very big on astrology, or you were doing some spells and they used to work in the past, but now they're not working. You don't understand what's happening. There is a huge effort or a block or some sort of psychic attack you might be feeling. Your energy is not what it used to be, and that's why you need clear quartz. The clear quartz elixir is here to purify you, my love. And I also feel like if you've been overthinking something, it's time for you to kind of focus on other areas in your life, your emotions, your body, your surrounding reality, and do some mindfulness exercises. That's really, really important. I highly recommend that you do yoga nidra before you go to bed. It's a really wonderful, calm, passive practice of yoga that gets you to scan your body, and it helps you to focus on parts of your body. And as you do so, you figure out where emotions are stuck. It's so healing. So I highly recommend it for you. But since you are here for a card reading, let's dump. You have to dump something. There's been something clouding your chest, clouding your energy. You have to get something off your chest. Also, you need to declutter your bag. You've been carrying too many things in your handbag, in your purse, in your maybe backpack. And it's really putting so much pressure on the clavicle, yeah, on this part of your body. You have to release it. I'm also getting like a pinched nerve here in my hand. Your hands also need a lot of tender loving care. You may need to stretch them like this. You've been typing too much, or you've been using it too much in your practice. You have to find a way to stretch them in a gentle way in which you can process the energy and harness it better. Because as you guys know, what we have in our palm is a map of our cortex. So if there are any tensions or issues with our fingers, with our hands, it affects the structure of our cortex, or problems in our mind and our brain also affect our capacity to use our hands. So the cards that I pulled for you from the Body Tarot are the bladder. Okay, so that's another important organ in your body that stores some really deep energy at the moment. And we have here, this is the equivalent of the Sun card in the Major Arcana, Leo energy. And we see here energy. So your energy levels have been maybe at an all-time low. It's been hard for you to feel healthy, happy, optimistic, to feel positive about the future. There are some problems here with your bladder. I highly recommend that you drink some cranberry juice in this period. Cranberries are excellent to combat any issues related to the bladder. Give yourself some warmth in that area. Maybe put some water in a hot water bottle and put it around that part of your body. Your bladder may need some exercising. It could be that you may need to do some like pelvic floor exercises in order to strengthen your bladder if you've been having some problems kind of like releasing the contents of your bladder throughout the day without you being able to control your sphincter, for example. Well, the sphincter isn't really connected to the bladder, but that part of the body where we usually hold things in, you may have found it very hard to contain it, you know. And there's no shame in talking about these issues. This happens to a lot of us at certain points in our lives. Also, it could be that your bladder may be at the moment somehow affected by, if you're a woman, your menstruation. There may be some sort of like mess or boundary leakage there between those two parts of your body, the womb and the bladder. So make sure that that part of your body is receiving a lot of attention and care. No longer ignore it, because that's where your biggest block is coming from at the moment. The other card that I have here for you is the Six of Fire. And in the Body Tarot, I have here the booklet. The fire element, because it's distributed in a very different way than the normal four suits. This is a minor arcana that is organized around Chinese medicine, the principle of qi, and around 5 elements. And the element of fire is pertaining to the heart, the small intestine, and it shows an imbalance in travel, influences from abroad, creativity, and courage. So it could be that there is something in your life that is literally making you piss your pants. I'm sorry about saying this very bluntly, but you know, sometimes fear, intense fear that we may be having from our environment can lead to all sorts of bladder blocks. A lot of us somatize things very differently. Some of us have stomach pains whenever there is too much of aggression and conflict in the environment around us, while others of us have these a weakness in the knees or a bladder issue whenever they come across a lot of fear. With fire, I could also feel that maybe there has been some sort of conflict in the area in which you live, and it has had a very strong impact on your bladder and on your heart. So issues that really affect your heart also found a way to release themselves through your bladder or get stuck in there. Now, the Six of Fire is also bringing this energy of triumph. So you will have a victory over your bladder or over any issues that have been causing you to seep your energy and your vitality. You are going to bring yourself back to a really good optimal level of functioning. Now, because we diagnosed where the issue is, because we talked a little bit about the elixir and how it can help cleanse that part of your body, I also feel that you need to drink a bit more water so that whatever comes out of your body is clear enough. Clear quartz, hydration, and what you release through your bladder. These are all going hand in hand. You may have been eating far too much spicy food in this period, and it's important for you to balance yourself out by eating some grounded root vegetables or some grains as well. Now, like a nurse that steps into your reading to put a band-aid on you and to comfort you, I have here oracle cards to help you further understand what kind of objects do you need to tap into, what kind of energy can you use, what is at your disposal at the moment to truly take wonderful care of yourself and begin the year with a lot of meaning and optimism. So the first card we have interconnection, card number 1. And the underlying message is, I bring you the medicine of togetherness. So don't worry, you'll be supported. If you feel like you had to struggle all on your own, 2024 is the year in which you are going to soar. You are going to find your soul family. You're going to find support and help from other people. You're not going to feel alone anymore, because you never were alone, but I feel that you were at the mercy of a really terrifying sense of isolation. But the interconnection card is showing you how supported you are, how there is help everywhere in reality as long as you open your eyes to see it, how there is magic in everything. Every little action that you do has a counter reaction. It has some sort of thing that gets stuck to, and that stickiness helps you pull people into your reality. Another thing that you need to pay close attention to, look for fairies. So I know this may seem a little bit delusional, but I feel that in this period, creative visualization and surrounding yourself with images of fairies, of knights, of princesses can help you heal your inner child, can help you, I feel like you had an excess of reality, excessive administration. Maybe you saw a lot of buildings being torn down, a lot of conflict, a lot of arguments. Reality has been too much for you, and you need to escape a little bit in the world of fantasy. Whether this is by watching your favorite childhood cartoon or reading your favorite fairy tale, or maybe even creating an altar in which you give some food to fairies, you entice them with some sweets and some berries and some flowers, and just ask them to come pour their magic into your life. Make life a little bit more bearable, a little bit more sweet, more carefree, and more playful. Fairies are also a little bit tricky, they're like tricksters. They come and they take something from you in order to give you something back. So I feel like this is also the energy of you finding a useful hobby, something to do in your free time that just helps you feel like life is something enjoyable, something playful. You're really doing some deep inner child healing in this period. And I also feel that it's okay for you to ask for help from a relative. Whoever is around you, no matter what relation you have to them, ask them for help. It's okay to swallow your pride sometimes, even if you had an argument with them. If you need help, it is there for you. All you need to do is cross the boundary into forgiveness. We also have here potatoes. Include more potatoes in your diet. It's a grounding vegetable. It helps you come with your feet back to the ground. It helps you feel stable. Carbohydrates may be what you need to include more in your diet. Some of you may laugh and say, no, Lexi, I'm eating too many carbohydrates. But I feel that eating some, boiled potatoes or baked potatoes with some rosemary will do the trick for you in this period. It's something homely, earthy, inexpensive, and really easy to make. I also see here that you have the energy of Virgo by your side. So Leo and Virgo are the strong astrological energies that I see here represented for you. I also see you playing with cards is important for you in this period. So divination with tarot and oracle cards, or even Lenormand. And I also feel that with the sun and the moon, you need to somehow either find a way to reparent yourself by becoming your own mother and father, by making meals for yourself, by paying your own bills, by protecting yourself, by finding ways to stand by your side, or to appeal to the help of your parents if they are still alive, if they are around you. No matter what has happened between the two of you, it's important to ask for their help in this period, and I feel that the help will be forthcoming. Another important thing you need to know, we have here the Tulsi, and the Tulsi brings the energy of wealth. Wow. Okay, so if you had any financial worries or concerns, you can let them go. We have the beautiful peacock and the glyph of the planets Mercury conjunct Jupiter. Your words attract blessings in this period. So if you're struggling with something, it's important to put what you want into words. Go out there on a social media platform and ask for help. Exchange ideas. Show people what you think. Talk about your experiences. You will grow in this period very quickly if you do that. You will attract the right kind of support. If you have a fundraiser, if you need money for a specific bladder-related surgery, go onto the internet and organize this fundraiser, and you will attract wealth. You will attract the finances, the resources that you need. You have to overcome your fear, because I'm looking at the booklet again, reminding myself of what the fire element is about in this booklet. You have to overcome your fear of foreigners, of international connections. There may have been something that you grew up with, maybe a hang-up, maybe a prejudice about traveling. Maybe you feel that traveling is unsafe, or maybe you feel that being in another culture is something you shouldn't be doing. It's wrong. People will not understand you. They're not as nice or as open-minded as in your own culture. But you have to take this risk, and you have to open yourself up to the kindness of international people, to the help of international people, because you will receive it. And you will be surprised at how easily that prejudice is being dissolved in your life. Again, it's not something that you created. It may have been received knowledge from your mother and father. All these fears related to you needing to travel, to you coming in contact with the broader world, to you growing by having your own experiences, by also enjoying your freedom as well. You could have a lot of freedom in this period and not know what to do with it. And thereby you're feeling afraid, and there are all these imbalances happening in your intestine. Exactly. Wait, give me a second. In your heart, small intestine, and in your bladder. So again, I had to look at what the Six of Fire represents. As I said, I'm learning about this deck, guys. So small intestine and your bladder and in your heart. But open up your heart to the idea that growth is possible. Saturn could be transiting at the moment through your 9th house, kind of making you feel like there is no God, like there is nothing to look forward to. The future seems blocked, and you seem to run in a streak of bad luck. But these are only things that you tell yourself to block yourself from truly experiencing help, healing, and wealth. Change your mindset. You've got the power. You've got the control. Flip that switch in your brain. Open up. The final card I have here for you from the Healing Inner Peace Oracle. Nothing real can be threatened. And the homework question that I have for you, How can you actively participate in creating a heaven on earth? You have to understand that it's not just the case of you existing in the world and the world working against you. You always being faced with these things in the world and you're like, you know, I have to kind of like quench my bladder right now, or I have to kind of tighten up in my body right now. No, you have power. You influence the environment. You influence the people around you. And especially in this period, I feel like you have power through how you speak. You command a lot of respect, a lot of inspiration through how you speak. It's also really good for you to write something in this period, to maybe start a podcast or write a blog, to sell a book, a report. These are also going to be benefic things that will attract wealth and recognition towards you at the moment. So flip the switch and try to melt the prejudice that you may be having against traveling, expanding your mind, maybe even applying to enter into a higher course of study. Maybe you have certain prejudices against higher education, against academia. It's important for you that you overcome these challenges, and as you overcome them, with the help of a lot of things, like for example the clear quartz, by using some tulsi, the herb that can really help you activate this prosperity mindset, by eating more potatoes, by escaping a little bit into the world of fantasy and asking fairies for help, I genuinely feel that you will attract the right kind of individuals to help you broaden your mindset and learn how to control the uncontrollable. Yeah, because the bladder, as I said, it's about releasing, it's about watery emotions, it's about cleansing and purifying yourself of toxicity. And sometimes toxicity comes from what we receive from our own family regarding religion, foreigners, other cultures, you know, all sorts of biases that we need to just kind of like cleanse ourselves from and purify ourselves, wash ourselves clean of. Because we live in an interconnected global village, basically. And we have to take care of one another. And on that note, I really hope you have enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for being here, group 5. Wow, we've made it to group 5. This is incredible. It's a really long reading. So thank you so much for listening. Cannot wait to see you in my next one. Ciao. Hey group 6, welcome to your self-care tarot, deep healing, life purpose giving reading. Welcome to the Spiritual Pharmacy. I will be your spiritual guide for today. So this is for those of you that were drawn to the Lapis Lazuli Elixir, this really bright blue intense stone. It's one of my favorites as well. I want to read you a little bit about this elixir and how you may use Lapis Lazuli in your life to heal yourself, to balance yourself out. So first of all, what is it? Lapis Lazuli is a deep blue stone with a deep history. See ancient Egypt, Tutankhamun's eyeshadow, the Old Testament, the High Priest of Israel's vestments, and the Dutch Golden Age, Vermeer's palette. Who needs it? People who are into cats, Leos, anyone who uses the phrase, in a past life, I'm totally convinced I was. Where can you put it? As a spiritual armor that lets the world know when I walk into a room, it's customary for y'all to bend to the knee. Okay. And when to use it? When your thoughts are not your friends, call on Lapis Lazuli to help you get out of whatever your mind has gotten you into. Your affirmation is ascend your rightful throne. Okay, so issues here related to self-mastery and authority, becoming a leader, being seen and heard and respected by those around you. These could all be areas of struggle at the moment in your life. You may be a Leo sun, or you may have Leo energy prominent in your chart, your midheaven, your north node, or your ascendant. And I feel that by using Lapis Lazuli in your everyday reality, in your sleep routine and your meditation routine, just wearing it on your body is helping to bring the sense of nobility and dignity in your aura. It's helping you attract the respect of those around you. Maybe you've been toiling away for a very long time with little success. Maybe you feel unseen, unheard, and like your voice doesn't matter if you speak up in a meeting. It's important to use this crystal elixir to heal this part of yourself that feels in some way neglected or invisible. Now that we diagnosed the issue from the crystal point of energy, let's see what the body tarot has to say. And I pulled 2 cards for you. Okay, so your cards are the Liver, and we see here the Hanged Man, Sacrifice. So the Liver in this specific body tarot is the correspondence to the card number 12, the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is Neptune energy. You may have been feeling artistically unfulfilled. You may have an artistic gift and you've been struggling for maybe years now to try to earn money from it, to try to put yourself out there, to be seen and acknowledged. I feel that some of you struggle a little bit with self-acceptance, and because the liver is such a prominent part of your body that is affected by negative energy at the moment that needs your attention and healing, I'm tempted to say that issues related to the consumption of alcohol could fit into this specific energy. So limiting alcohol in your life in any way, shape, or form is going to be important in your healing process. Drinking sometimes is related, well, it's related to a lot of psychosomatic issues, it's related to a lot of psychological and emotional problems, but in most cases it is related with a rejection of self. So usually people try to forget about who they are because they don't love who they are. They feel like others don't love who they are. Neptune is also this energy of putting yourself down in order to allow other people to radiate light. But Leo energy, and the one that is so dignifiedly carried by the Lapis Lazuli card, the King and the Queen, is all about putting yourself first and treating yourself like the royalty that you are. You are part of the divine. Do not allow other people to treat you like a doormat. Do not treat yourself like a doormat. Take very good care of yourself. Nourish your body, nourish your mind, work on your relationships. Be very good with hygiene. It's important to have a daily routine that isn't only spiritual, but it's also physical and health-wise, because I feel that you could be a very beautiful person on the inside, a person that lives a very imaginative, rich inner life, a person that has a lot to give to the community, but you may sell yourself short, you may not put a lot of thought into self-care, or you could go through periods in your life where emotional disappointments get you to completely forget about who you are. They get you to no longer pay attention to how you dress, to what you eat, and in this way you end up becoming an inner mess of who you once were. I'm not saying these things in any way to harm you. I'm just trying to diagnose the issue so that we can bring a lot of light and love into it. And I have here a lot of soothing, nursing, providing oracle cards. But before I jump into them, I also need to show you the second card. And we see here the Three of Wood. This is sadness. And because in this deck, it is using a different way of organizing the minor arcana according to Chinese medicine and the flow of qi. It's using 5 elements that each correspond to different parts of the body. And your element of earth corresponds here, wood, corresponds here to the liver and the gallbladder. And it is associated with problems related to intellectual pursuits, career, thoughts, and your mental processes. I think that group 1 got something similar. So there could be little wood energy in your life at the moment, or you could be struggling to actually feel like you have something intellectual to work towards. Your mind may be starved, and because your mind is starved, it is kind of like sending some weird signals in how you are taking care of your body. We have the liver here twice, so this element of wood talks about problems with the liver, and you also got the liver, the major arcana. So this is a really big issue in the way in which you process food, which could be far too rich in your case, and it could be harder for your liver to process and digest and break down nutrients. Or again, as I'm saying earlier, there may be an issue here with alcoholism. It could be something inherited, it could be something unconscious. A lot of the times it's easier to resort to the bottle when we are going through some really big emotional disappointments than to actually allow ourselves to feel deep pain. But it's important for you to feel that deep pain so that you can exercise yourself from it. The Hanged Man shows that as long as you will hold on to that pain, your life will be left hanging. It will have no sort of definite form or shape. But as you release that pain, your life is coming back on track, and you are going to be treated with the respect, love, and admiration that you know it in your heart that you already deserve. Yeah? So there's been something here, a toxic habit related to the malfunctioning of your liver and your gallbladder that has been deeply affecting you. And it is because of a sadness, a deep pain, a feeling of being a misfit, not fitting into this world, or having genuinely lost the love of a really good person in your life. And this is having ripple effects on your capacity to earn money, to feel successful in your career, to promote, and to really manifest wealth. Now, having diagnosed the issue, let's see right now how we can treat it with the wisdom of the oracle cards. So we see here spring. Spring is a really important time of understanding, awakening, and also to receive more respect from others. It could be that spring is coming up quite soon for you. If you live in the northern hemisphere, we're just one season away from spring. But if you live in the southern hemisphere, you may need to wait 2 more seasons until you have this recognition. The recognition is coming, but depending on where you are situated on the globe geographically, it will take its sweet time, or it will happen relatively soon. Now, it says here, a time for renewal, step into uncharted territory. You have to take a big, bold leap into reality. I feel like you're an individual that has no problems daydreaming, has no problems having a very rich inner world, a fantasy, make-believe. You can build castles in the sky, but you have to start building them in reality as well. It is important for you to bring a big dream of yours into reality in the coming period, and this is what's going to give structure to your life. This is what's going to bless you with a lot of wealth and prosperity as well. So allow this energy of spring, the freshness, the beauty of something manifesting in your life to completely give you dignity. Work towards an artistic project, and it will heal you in a way in which resorting to other toxic habits is only going to mess you up, and it's only going to bring you down, bring your life force and your energy up. You need to be brave enough to pursue a dream of yours, and as you are pursuing that dream, allow it to heal you. Allow the process to take place, the process of you letting go of a pain, of a deep sadness you've been holding on for years, in order to make space for the spring of your heart. Now, another important thing to notice, and I also realized that I'm having some sort of internet issues, and the meditative music that I was playing in the background has stopped. So there could be blocks in your creative flow. It could be that you don't feel as inspired as you used to be before, and to be before, that's a weird grammar. There may even be some issues regarding to your speech. Maybe you used to be very eloquent, and in this period you don't really feel that incisive and that intelligent, you know. Don't be so hard on yourself. We all go through difficult transits. We all go through periods in our lives when our luck and abundance seem to be a little bit blocked. I am also getting this feeling of rush and impatience, which is getting me to mispronounce words. So I'm going to kind of slow down the rhythm of this reading, because either you are watching this on double speed or you're anxiously kind of flipping through it. But I want you to be patient. I want you to be patient with yourself, patient with the knowledge you're hearing. And I'm kind of also trying to control the flow of this reading, because it's kind of like you need to see a role model for how to handle this energy, how to become aware of when your mind is speeding, when your thoughts are racing, when your heart is having palpitations, when you're experiencing fear, and to catch yourself in the middle of it and to slow down consciously. You need to rest. You need to sleep better. And if you have been indeed kind of touching the bottle, it's going to be very difficult for you to have a very restful circadian rhythm, because, you know, anything that affects our brain chemistry, like any poisons that we put into our body, is going to really disrupt our sleep patterns and our capacity for our body to heal itself and to rest. When we sleep, we heal at such a deep subconscious level, and you need a couple of REM bouts for you to process the sadness that's been weighing down on your shoulders. So use art, use creativity, and when you can't create, when you feel a block to your creativity, rest, sleep it off. You may be feeling like I'm just wasting my life away by sleeping. Believe me, you need to do this. You may be having the transit of Saturn in the 4th house or the 12th house. And this shows me that the way in which you do self-counseling to yourself, the way in which you give your body therapy, medicine, and repair is by resting. You are healing yourself actively. You are avoiding the doctor, you are avoiding the therapist by giving yourself the much needed medicine of sleep and rest. Make sure your room is quiet as much as possible. Make sure that it is darkened and that the temperature is low so that you can get a really restful sleep. I feel that some of you find it very hard to relax and to sleep, because I feel that as soon as you put your head on the pillow and you try to sleep, all of a sudden a fear snaps you back into consciousness. Allow yourself to walk through the pain, even consciously. Allow yourself to give in and to surrender to it, because that's the only way you're going to face it and overcome it. I am going to drink a little bit of coffee right now. I can feel how tired you are. But unlike myself, you definitely need to go and rest. At the moment, I feel inspired to create, but I hope that you feel inspired to go and sleep. Actually, even stop the reading right here, go and sleep, and come back to it and let me know how you find the next couple of messages that are coming up, okay? I give you permission to rest. I give you permission to sleep. Sleep is medicine. Take advantage of it. Now, coming back to the messages, we have here the Strength card, we have Virgo energy, and we see here the fennel. Including fennel in your nourishment, in your diet, will be great. I feel that you can benefit from the nutrients that this vegetable can provide. I also see here with Virgo energy, talking to a doctor could be really good. A homeopath, that's what I'm hearing. An acupuncturist. Try to visit doctors that offer alternative healing methods if you don't rely on the advice of normal, ordinary doctors. I feel that you will benefit definitely by coming into contact with a professional, a healer. It could even be a spiritual healer. It doesn't necessarily have to be a doctor per se. But I see here that the energy of Pisces and Virgo, Neptune and Mercury are strongly represented as part of your healing process. So being conscious and hardworking, and then letting go of that, resting, relaxing, and imagining. I also feel here that including Amanita or working with Amanita as a herb is going to be deeply healing for you. I see here that this is the energy of, astrologically speaking, of Neptune, Pluto, and Mercury. So you would greatly benefit by tapping more into your resourcefulness, by finding the will and the strength to complete an artistic, creative, imaginative project. I feel that if you were to write a fantasy storybook, I feel like if you were just to apply your mind to the creation of worlds, world building, maybe even in designing a game, designing a website, interior decoration, if you would just apply your artistic skills, you won't need to harm yourself in other ways through other toxic habits. You are incredibly gifted, but you may not have an outlet for that creativity, so you may squander it in indulging in drinking or being with the wrong kind of romantic partners. You're constantly seeking something to transcend you, but the only thing that can help you transcend is your art, is your artistic ability. And especially you need to tap into it in these moments of being in between conscious states. When you sleep, after you've made love, when you rest, when you're doing meditation, when, for example, you're getting a massage, all these states that dwindle in between the conscious known world and the unconscious sleep world, the more you catch yourself at the threshold of these two worlds, the more artistic insight and skills and inspiration are going to come your way. Affirmations, you're also going to be able to hear your inner voice, and you'll be able to say, I know what I have to do to heal myself, to improve myself, to let go of the sadness that for some of you, you've been carrying the sadness on your shoulders for years. It could be sadness related to you not feeling loved, to you not feeling seen or heard, to having been raised in a family, in a community that completely made your personality invisible, that made you feel like it's selfish to be yourself. but I feel you can heal all of these things. Allow yourself to be a conduit for messages from the divine. Work with a higher power. You have to find your faith. You have to believe in something bigger than you in order to rescue yourself from the sadness and the sense of meaninglessness into which I feel some of you may have fallen. Now, I have another inspiring message for you from the Oracle of Relentless Inner Peace, I think it's called, or Unshakable Inner Peace. Yeah. Okay, so sometimes I forget the name of my Oracle decks. I have so many of them, guys. Okay, please be patient with me. So we see here, turn your worry into wonder, surrender to the experience. And I don't know why my voice fluctuated in this way. My voice is still recovering from flu. So I need to give you a question as a homework. We see here, what possibilities can you dream into reality? Again, make use of your creativity. You have boundless creativity. Find an outlet for it and work steadily and patiently day by day to make that dream into being. In 2025, there will be a great conjunction between Saturn and Neptune. That can be a depressing factor for the collective, but the way to tap into that energy, and I'm letting you know, I'm giving you privileged knowledge before anyone else, is find a dream and work daily to bring it into reality. It can happen. Have a daily spiritual discipline, stick to it, and Saturn is going to reward you with the achievement of a very important imaginative gift, a fantasy, a big dream of yours. You can definitely make a dream come true in 2025. Start now to plan ahead, to work at envisioning a better life for you. Everything that exists in our reality was created first in the mind. Look at elevators, look at cars, look at the way we design our buildings. They all come from the mind. They all come from the vision. They all come from people's needs meeting something bigger than themselves, challenging themselves to surpass their limits. You too can do that. You have the power. If other people before you were able to do it, you too can do it at the moment. You've got everything in front of you. The modern age allows you to make use of so many beautiful inventions for you to bring a dream into being. So start believing, start manifesting, and definitely let go of toxic habits, because we need you, and your wonderful imagination can really help the collective. Wow, I feel like crying as well. I don't know why. Well, yeah, this has been deeply imaginative and healing. I feel like some of the things I've been telling you, I also need to tell myself. Maybe that's why, we're part of a soul family here. So messages tend to reverberate. As much as I'm doing my best to heal and support you, you guys are healing and supporting me too. It goes both ways, always. So thank you so much for listening. I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Take care and make that dream come true. Hi Group 7, I'm so happy to have you here with me for a self-care tarot reading in which we are hopefully going to find some advice for you. We're going to diagnose where you hold some blocked energy in your body. I'm going to give you some guidance that can help you at the moment in your life in all areas. I'm not specifically focused just in one. We will see what messages come through for your higher self and deeper healing. So thank you for being here. I do need to say that during your reading there is this very soft glow because it's almost like a twilight energy outside. It has begun snowing, yeah? So in Bucharest, where I'm filming this from, we haven't had snow since the 1st or the 2nd of December, and right now it's a cold front that was being announced, and right in your reading it began snowing. So how beautiful is that? I love snow. I always get excited like a child when I see snow. It's so pure and magical. I just love it. So purity, being blessed with something, a spiritual gift. You are number 7, and number 7 is a grandmaster number of spiritual tests and trials. It is the number of the martyr as well. So we have here the elixir that you felt especially drawn towards, and this is the green Aventurine elixir bottle. You see the green Aventurine shards, and I almost dropped it. Whoa, something is gonna fall into your hand unexpectedly. You're gonna be beautifully surprised by something that you may have waited a very long time, you forgot about it, and then it's manifesting finally in your life. Right when you forget about something, that's when you usually get it, especially if you've wanted it for such a long time. So that's the paradox of life. It always keeps us guessing, always on our toes, and learning to love that is part of the process of healing your heart. Now, the corresponding card from the Crystal Oracle deck for you tells me a little bit more about Aventurine, and I want to share this with you so you know when to use it and how to use it. So, Aventurine, it's a shimmering Aventurine. The good luck stone is a translucent green quartz containing particles that create a glittery effect called, appropriately, aventurescence. That's a word. Impress all of your friends by saying aventurescence. Its heart-centered, happy-go-lucky vibes are a reminder that this life on Earth experiment is supposed to be fun. Now, who needs it? Melancholic inhabitants of ruts and funks. Anybody with a side hustle. Where to put it? In your pocket on poker night. Wherever you encounter people, places, and things hell-bent to bring you down to a gutter level. Oh boy. I live in such a neighborhood, constantly trying to bring me down. But the force of the inner light and the confidence that you can actually impact your environment in a good way is keeping me up and running, and I hope that it's keeping you too. When to use Aventurine? When you find yourself in a crisis of confidence and it's time to wake up, clean up, and re-up your shine. Your guiding affirmation is, show off your sparkle. Group 7. Have you forgotten how to shine? Have you been allowing other people to come up and steal the spotlight from you? To take your awards? I feel like some of you could have even been caught up in some sort of nasty copyright battles, or you could have been threatened with some sort of legal thing for something that was stolen from you, taken away from you. I feel like you guys are quite brilliant in the things that you think about. This is a very different energy than the previous group, Group 6, who is very artistically inclined. I feel like you are blessed in the realm of the mind. You have these brilliant flashes of awareness. You could have a very progressive mind. You think about the future. You see all sorts of inventions. Potentially you have Jupiter conjunct Uranus or Venus conjunct Uranus. There's this energy of brilliance that happens upon you out of the blue, randomly, and you just need to act on it when you feel kind of possessed by these beautiful insights that you're getting out of nowhere, seemingly. So I feel like you're an innovator. You're a person that is years ahead of everybody around you. You could be born under an Aquarius sun as well. And I generally feel that you may have been tested by the people in your environment, that people somehow kind of tend to push you to the side, consider you a freak, but then still go away and implement your ideas. So you have to find a way to protect your ideas, or only release them once you have a finished product, once you have something that you can pick up in your hands and say, this is what I created. Okay, after having diagnosed this with the energy of the crystal, let's see the body tarot cards that I have for you. The Teeth, Strength energy. This is the equivalent of the Strength card, Leo energy. And the keyword is resilience. Why did I say, you could be a teeth grinder. I am one too, yeah? Have a special thing I need to sleep with. It's terribly unattractive, but at the same time it protects my teeth and my smile. So you could be a person that may have had some issues with teeth. You could be undergoing at the moment some sort of treatment, surgery, Invisalign, you know, anything that has to do with you working on this part of your body. It could create certain blocks in the way in which you communicate with other people, but it can also elevate you, helping you to feel more confident in expressing yourself and smiling and putting your ideas across. You're becoming increasingly more able to communicate, more eloquent, and more listened to. Your words carry weight and authority. Sorry, I had to expel some air as well. I have been speaking for a good number of hours right now, so please bear with me. I also have the Minor Arcana card, Seven of Metal. This is resolution, and it affects the organs of the lungs and the large intestine. So in the specific body tarot, we don't have the normal, the classic 4 suits. We have 5 of them, inspired by elements that contribute to the flow of the qi in Chinese medicine. That's why I absolutely love this tarot, because it's really unique. So we see here very clearly that metal, you need more metal in your life. Maybe wear more jewelry made out of silver, copper, all sorts of material, maybe even gold. Wear more gold on your body to improve your chances of success. with resolution and resilience. You are coming to the end of a really strong battle. You had to really stand up for yourself. You had to defend your views, your values. You may have needed to take back what was yours from a person that could have tried to steal it from you. I definitely feel that some of you were engaged in a copyright battle, in some sort of payment that was given to you to keep you silent, but you still decided to blow the whistle on the whole operation. I feel that people are going to increasingly side with you from this moment onwards. You may have been karmically tested. Maybe you had to keep silent for a year or two. Maybe some people tried to physically harass you, maybe you got punched in the face and you lost a tooth, or maybe people tried to threaten you by sending you teeth, or, kind of like these mob tactics in which they're trying to intimidate you. Or you may have had particularly intrusive thoughts about teeth falling out. You may have had dreams about teeth falling out. So it could be any of these extremes, either in your dreams or in reality, receiving some threats, or needing to just really be determined and not back down, show the world that you're powerful and that you will not be intimidated. Congratulations. You are coming to the end of this battle. I am so happy to let you know that your teeth problems are going to subside. I feel that you're going to grind them less. You're going to have less problems with them. If there were any cavities or blocks or issues, they will be resolved. I also feel like with metal energy here, maybe you decided to get maybe some gold teeth or some sort of like ally, metal allies. I forgot the name of that. Not a grind. How is that metal thing that is made of gold sometimes, or silver, that rappers used to wear? Maybe you got one of those. It's not a grinder. I forgot the word for it. Sorry. I think my mind is becoming a little bit tired. But there is something that you're trying to do with your teeth that makes them stand out. Maybe you're getting a teeth tattoo, or you've got like a gold tooth to try to intimidate your opposition. If you feel that there is this resisting force that I feel has appeared in your life to try to get you to submit to it. But I'm happy to say that you're coming out of this power struggle. You will find a resolution that is fair for both parties, and I feel that whatever was taken away from you will be given back. We have here again the number 7. We have 7 and 8. It's kind of like moving from 2023, which had the numerological vibration of 7. We're moving into 2024, the numerological vibration of 8. And this is a much better year for you. You see, we're moving from gray to yellow, golden sunlight. A much more optimistic year for you, a year in which you will find justice, a year in which people will stand by your side, a year in which you're coming into your power. So all of that effort, all of that teeth grinding, all of that calcium depleting energy. By the way, you may need to drink more water or get some calcium supplements. Check with your doctor, of course, don't just take my word for it, but I see that calcium is necessary for your bones, for your skeleton, just for your teeth, the health of your teeth. It's important that you include more calcium in your diet or as a supplement, or just drink more milk, more dairies as well. So I feel like you're at the end of a long, long battle. I'm so happy for you, group 7. This is so nice. So nice to hear that the battle is over. So nice to hear that you've reached the finish line, isn't it? So now I'm going to give you some more good news, because like a nurse that comes in to put a band-aid on your sore finger, I have here oracle energy for you. And you guys know that the oracle cards are less, let's say, less brutal than the tarot. So let's see. First of all, we're going to start with shamanic medicine. Gratitude. This is beautiful. I love it so much. You are definitely going to receive the help of at least one woman in your life. And I also feel that if you're a man, you're going to meet a woman that loves you and accepts you and supports you. If you're a woman, you're going to be supported by the women in your life like you were never before. Like you had to fight this battle on your own, and now at the finish line, it's like people are coming and saying, we notice what you are made of, and we can't believe that we left you all by yourself. There will be a lot of regret from those around you who weren't able to stand by your side for whatever reason. It's not that they were bad intended, but it's just they didn't understand what was happening. And now that it is your point of resolution, your point of vindication, these people are coming towards you to give you love, to give you shelter, to help protect you, to hold you, to embrace you. And we see here, feel how life showers you with blessings. Give thanks. I feel like you're entering a particularly blessed period of your life after a long struggle. I also feel like if you had any health issues, you will find a beautiful solution, a compromise. The medicine that you needed, the vaccine that you needed is being prepared and delivered to you. So all the waiting, all the effort has been worth it. You are finally getting put back together again and blessed. The Japanese art of putting broken ceramics together with gold stems to mind. I forgot the actual name of it. I'm forgetting certain things with you. I keep mentioning that I forgot this, I forgot that. You're going to forget something. You're going to forget something that has harmed you, and you're going to choose to forgive. You're going to choose to move past it. Whatever is done is done. You're going to wipe your hands clean of it, and you're going to put it in the past. So forgetting in your case is not such a bad experience. It's actually helping you detach from the pain that you have been carrying for this long. I also see here that St. John's wort, either as a supplement or just making some tea, brewing some tea and drinking it, can really calm you down in this period. The key word here is radiance. Oh, yeah, I just noticed that I have to cover one of them. Yeah, so radiance. There is a feeling that you're going to shine again. You're going to come into the spotlight and tell your story. How you survived, what happened, is going to be something that is going to shock, impress, and open up the hearts of a lot of people. Maybe you had to live in an area of conflict. There are so many areas of this nature in the world. Areas affected by, weather changes, by environmental problems, but also affected by war and conflict between individuals, governments, and people. So I feel like you're coming out of that area, of that environment, and you're able to speak, you're able to share, you're able to educate others. And by this, you're bringing more light into the world. Yeah. So St. John's wort is a really good herb for you in this period. It can also help you calm anxiety. We see here as well mulberries, and especially black mulberries, wholeness. Yeah, Aquarius. I feel like Pluto in Aquarius is going to be such a gift for you. Maybe you're going to, you're getting ready to experience Pluto on your Jupiter. Maybe even Pluto on your Venus, which usually brings twin flame love in somebody's life. It's that incredible relationship transformation. But I feel that mulberries, eating more mulberries, could have a really wonderful regenerative effect on you, can make you feel whole, can make you feel replenished, as well as including some St. John wort supplements or tea in your everyday ritual, just for a while at least. Be careful, because if you drink too much St. John wort's tea, it has a soporific effect. It puts you to sleep, but it can also get you to hallucinate. So be careful about the quantity. Yeah, it's always everything in moderation. I see that you're going to jump for joy. You're going to have a reason to express yourself through movement. You're going to go out and dance, or you're just going to feel so happy and so relieved that you're going to just want to throw your hands up to the sky and just express your body. This is beautiful. I'm generally feeling so much happiness and optimism in your reading, and I kind of find it hard to contain my cheeks, because I feel like laughing all the time, but I also need to speak and enunciate. Yeah. So you're coming at the end of a really bad period. And number 33 here, it's an ascended master number, a powerful number because it's dual. So we have here the energy of a creative, compassionate communicator. It's a very lucky number. It's the number of the Trinity. 33 was the age of Jesus when he was ascended to heaven. He resurrected himself after 3 days. So 3 is so important, right? Pillars in the family, the mother, father, and the child, or the same-sex individuals and the child. Yeah, definitely. And I see with Aquarius energy here as well, you see the glyph of the 2 waves, one on top of the other. It's like 2 different wavelengths are finally being balanced. If you felt like you were talking but nobody was listening because you were saying something and people just couldn't reach you, like you were on a different wavelength than they were, now you're going to find your platform. Now you're going to come into your own, and finally the wavelengths are going to be completely harmonious one with the other, and you will be able to convey your message. The final card I have for you is just such a sense of enthusiasm and optimism in your reading, group 7. So the final card I have for you from the Unshakable Inner Peace Oracle is the following. Everyone is on their journey. How can you focus more on your own path? Detach from trying to control other people. Detach from trying to convince other people to be on your side, to join your team. You are a maverick. You walk to the beat of your own drum. Don't be afraid to do that. There is so much power coming into people who are rule breakers, rebels, people who are doing something completely different than what the collective is doing at the moment. If Pluto in Capricorn was rewarding conformity and just keeping up with the Joneses, and it was rewarding materialism, from this year, for the next 2 decades, Pluto in Aquarius is going to reward non-conformity. Anything that has to do with off the beaten track, ideas, styles, behaviors, attitudes. It's going to get really weird, really chaotic, but super fun out there as well. And more people are coming together to heal the broken fabric of society, and you're going to contribute to that in your own unique way. So don't dim your light to fit in. Be the freak that you've always felt that you were. And I mean freak in the most kindest, loving possible way. Fly that freak flag high, okay? Because it will help you create your own community of so-called freaks. And it will also help you send out into the collective beautiful, empowering messages for how people could just stand up for themselves. On this note, this is it. I feel like this is the natural end of your reading. Thank you so much for listening. God bless. I hope that you're showered in blessings. I feel like you deserve them. And yeah, send me photos of your smile. Obviously, you don't feel the need to do that, but I just think it's going to be a really blissful, happy period in your life that's going to be so healing for you. So take wonderful care of your heart. Ciao. Hey Group 8, welcome to your Self-Care Tarot, a deeply healing motivational session. Welcome to the Spiritual Pharmacy. I'll be your guide for today. With your reading, I unfortunately lost natural light, and I'm also experiencing a period in which I seem to have like a blocked left ear. So there are a couple of blocks. I'm also suffering from some internet blocks at the moment. So I feel like it could be that your pile is specifically blocked. You may have been drawn to the citrine, the healing power of citrine, because you really need a powerful burst of light and energy, positivity as well, to help you overcome some really deeply seated blocks. But I'll help you with this, okay? That's why you're here, and I'm super happy to have you here. So, before I dive into the actual reading, I want to tell you a little bit more about citrine and how to use it, because I feel like you could definitely benefit from the healing powers of this molten sun crystal. I just like it. I love it so much. This one and honey calcite, they just feel so homely and sweet and healing for the soul, to hold, to touch, to look at them. So citrine is a must-have for wannabe makers of art. How noble. And money, how gosh. Citrine is a pale gold to smoky brown quartz. Those candy yellow citrines you find at shops are actually heat-treated amethyst, which is another beast altogether. Okay, so it's very important to understand and identify which one is real citrine and which one is just heat-treated amethyst. I mean, you can't really go wrong, because amethyst is also a really wonderful stone to have around, but just distinguishing between what's real and what's not is, I think, an important part of you selecting a good healing citrine, but also part of your healing process. I felt like I just needed to blow into my nose. You know how sometimes you're in a car or in a train or on a plane and it loses altitude and all of a sudden your ears get blocked? Sometimes, it's not such a good thing to treat it with that, but sometimes you blow into your nose in order to kind of open up your ear, but in this case, it's still a little bit stuck. I do apologize for this. Swallowing helps. So maybe you need to swallow something. Maybe there is an uncomfortable truth that you need to swallow in your life. Or just you're having some issues swallowing because you may recover from a cold. We're in this together because I'm still recovering from my flu. I feel much better, but yeah, there are lingering elements, like a throaty voice or some problems with the ears. Coming back to the citrine, who needs it? Anyone with a big idea or a big dream? Probably you. Where to put it? Wherever you set intentions. Placing some citrine in your pocket each morning makes an energetic statement like, greatness is out there and I'm coming for it. It's a confidence boosting stone. It's also known to heal family problems. Hold citrine in your hand and tell yourself, my mother loves me, my father loves me, my grandparents are okay, I am in touch with them, everybody's watching over me, my ancestors have my back. Citrine is wonderful if you're experiencing family trauma and you need to heal from it. So, where to put citrine? Wherever you set intentions. Placing some citrine in your pocket each morning makes an energetic statement. Greatness is out there and I'm coming for it. Sorry, I already repeated that. When to use it? When it's time to really get on your grind and start creating the tomorrow of your dreams today. Your guiding affirmation is manifest your masterpiece. I feel like I want to just shower you with light. I feel like you should be wearing more orange and yellow in this year. I feel like you are ready to achieve something really important and you are ready to come out of hiding. A couple of you have been keeping yourself short and dim because you have an important truth to communicate to the collective, but you're afraid of what will happen if you do it. You have been working on a project as part of a team, maybe something important for society, but secretly kept. I feel like you guys have the potential to revolutionize something, both in your family or in your group at work, in your group of researchers, but you're also, I'm picking up on a lot of fear that you will be somehow excluded from that group, or that your life will be destroyed, that your career will end if you choose to walk to the beat of your own drum. And I'm hearing an alarm outside, which is an indication that this may be the case. Okay, so let's see right now. Yeah, and I'm feeling a lot of tension in my stomach as well with you guys, like you're holding a lot of fear in the stomach. There are some emotions here that need to be processed regarding how you trust other people. My voice is also kind of giving out, and it's also because I've been speaking quite throughout most of this day, and I'm recovering from a flu, but I also feel that is fear. There's fear here and in your stomach, guys. Guys, you have to breathe into it and release it. There's nothing for you to be afraid of. You have the right to be here in this world, much like everybody else. You have the same or similar body to other people. It's not exactly the same, but it has the similar functions. You have the same right to be here, to share the space as anybody else. I feel like there are a lot of class issues, income issues, racial issues, gender issues that are affecting it. They're affecting your capacity to truly enjoy life here on earth. And this fear, I can feel how it's blocking you, because in your reading, I have to say I'm struggling to get into the flow of the reading. And I feel like I'm making a lot of like weird mistakes, like the repetition of the message at the beginning. But at the same time, I'm choosing to kind of let go of the self-consciousness, because I want to give you with a really nice reading. I want to provide you with a really nice reading. And I think it's important for you to understand that you can keep going, that there is no such thing as perfection, that a job well done is better than one that is not done at all. You have to cure yourself. Yeah, I'm also getting a stammer from some of you. There is some anger, some pent-up anger here that you need to deal with. It may be even shown in your teeth when you speak. Maybe you speak with your mouth very strongly, like your lips are being pursed, kind of like how Keira Knightley acts with her mouth. You know, you can see that the tension and the aggression in her mouth. And I feel like you need to process that, because it could be that people are reacting in a very weird way to you when you are speaking, but it's not about what you're saying. What you're saying is very intelligent and well received, but it's how you are saying it. There is an underlying emotion there connected to how you speak, to your mouth, to your teeth, that needs to be dealt with so you can release it, so that people won't react so weirdly to what you say, because it's not what you say that is the problem. It's just the emotion behind the control of your muscles in that region, the emotion that is keeping you here tight, and the emotion that's keeping you from really enjoying the space of your stomach. It's kind of like your stomach is constricted, or you may be holding it in because you are ashamed that you don't have the perfect figure. Perfectionism is a really big issue here. Wow, the veins. Okay, so this is the first card you're getting from the Body Tarot, the Empress, contentment. And it is coming next to the 7 of wood. And what I see here is liberation. Yeah, the gallbladder and the liver. Some of you are about to be released from a personal romantic connection that has been draining you of your light and of your power. Others of you are going to exchange a workplace for something that may require you to step into your own authority. You may choose to let go of working for an institution in order to become your own authority. The veins talk about circulation. It's a web that keeps everything well hydrated, well filtered through the body. Through the veins, blood circulates from the heart, which pumps it all the way into the body. So this is about communication. It's about exploring all of your options. You are going to be free. You're going to be freed from something like an environment, a religious belief, a relationship that has been keeping you dominated and submissive. You're going to liberate yourself. However, there could be something that is very difficult for you to process, something that may have been poisoning your liver. Your energy could be very low. Your skin could feel quite weakened and yellowed, maybe due to increased stress. Stress goes and attacks, first of all, the liver and the stomach as well, but the liver really packs a punch. It is considered to be the energy center of our body, so whatever doesn't get filtered or processed, it tends to poison the whole body, and as you see, it's easily distributed through the veins everywhere. The veins also talk about the web of interconnectedness. It's a symbol for the World Wide Web. It's also a symbol for travel, companionship. And you see that the veins in the hand are represented here. And the hands talk about power, control, manipulating your environment. So you may have been feeling like you were blocked, you were held back, your freedom was entrenched. Some of you are coming out of a period in which maybe a sum of money was withheld from you. You may have been in a conservatorship. Maybe some funds, like your trust fund, was held back from you. I feel like a bursary, some money from the government has been withheld, an inheritance as well. But you're finally going to receive it, and you will experience a period of financial freedom as well. You will have resources, and you will be able to self-manage them. You will no longer need to rely on the help of an accountant or a surrogate or a person that steps in to handle the money for you. I'm also feeling a feeling of like sick, disgust, like throwing up. And I feel like coughing in your reading. So there's definitely something here that has been stifling you, something that you need to kind of take out of yourself, something you need to cleanse. Let's see what the oracle cards have to say now that we diagnose that some of the problems you're experiencing in your body have to do with the veins, with your circulatory system. You could be suffering from inflammation and also with your liver and your gallbladder. So there could be changes in the color of your skin, because when the liver or the gallbladder are affected, the skin tends to turn a little bit yellow, even brownish in certain cases, depending on the severity of the problem. So giving love, focusing a lot on these 3 areas of your body will help you cleanse the energetic space and release the blocks. As you heal the veins, some of you could suffer from varicose veins on your legs as well. I feel that those aren't necessarily that bad. It's mostly like an aesthetic issue, but if they are left untreated, or if they suddenly start to sprung up all over your body, they could cause mobility issues. So I think it's important for you at the moment to really dive into self-care. You are liberated. Some of you are even coming out of serving a sentence, a prison. I feel like some of you are coming out of a mental prison. You may have lived in a country that kind of pushed you into behaving in a certain way, speaking in a certain way. You may have come out of a contract that forced you to fulfill certain obligations. Now you're free, my love. With the Empress, you're having all the resources and the financial freedom to finally pursue your path. The oracle cards give you the following nursing medicine. So we see here healing family lines. Free yourself from secrets. Discover the hidden treasure of your heritage, especially from your mother's line. I feel like your mother, your mother's mother, the mother of the mother, your grandmother, great-grandmother, of course. There is a secret. There is something that's been happening here that's been poisoning your mother's heritage, especially on her mother's line. You're going to come into contact with it. I feel that this will happen around a new moon. There is a new moon right around the corner from the moment when I released this reading, a new moon in Capricorn. Capricorn does talk about heritage, received family knowledge and tradition. So it may be that this new moon will provoke a moment where you will find out a secret that once revealed is going to help you heal parts of your body that suffer from inflammation. Make a meal, part of you healing this family heritage and getting more in touch with your feminine side, accepting it, acknowledging it, and honoring it, is going to be to cook for yourself. Make a meal, make a lavish 3-course meal for yourself. Feel free to share it with other people if you feel so inclined, but especially nourish yourself. Cook something you've always wanted to eat. Don't order it. Don't get somebody else to do it for you. Try to make it yourself and see what happens. Be careful with knives in the kitchen, of course, if this is your first time cooking a meal. But there are so many resources out there that are teaching you how to cook, how to enjoy food, that it's going to be practically impossible for you not to find something that you'll resonate with. Challenge yourself to make a meal for yourself. Nourish yourself with it. Spend some time being grateful for the fact that you are taking good, nourishing care of yourself. Another thing, I also see that avocados are really good for you in this period, as well as tomatoes. Yeah. I also see peas. So we have green peas, Pisces energy, communication. We see here the ink pot. So writing something is going to be especially calming and healing for you. A lot of cancer patients are advised to write down, to do some sort of written graphological therapy work, and it's really helping them. So expressing your feelings in a diary, writing things down is going to be essential as part of your healing. And you can write really crazy, poetic, imaginative things. They don't have to be like Pulitzer Prize winning lines. Just write about your daily life. Write about the things you're doing. Keep also a food diary, because some of you may be feeling like your diet is out of control. You don't know what to add, what to let go of. But keeping a food diary, so basically recording in a diary everything you eat throughout the day, is going to help you get more control of your eating habits. I actually was advised by my therapist to keep a food diary because I have some issues with nourishment in my mother. I have the planet Saturn in my second house, so that's been a lifelong problem of mine. And I was so shocked to see that what I thought in my mind I was doing had nothing to do with the meals I was actually ingesting in that particular period of my life. So allow yourself to grow through giving yourself this awareness of your food intake. Take it from your mind, put it on paper, and you will surprise yourself with what you find. Equally, you could do a lunar diary. Every time when the moon is in a specific sign, write down what you're thinking, feeling, and doing. And then as the moon switches into the next sign, write down again. Keep this practice until you go through all of the 12 zodiac signs. So for example, at the moment when I'm filming this, the moon is in Sagittarius. It is getting ready to enter Capricorn. Write down, the date of the day. Moon is in the sign of Sagittarius. This is what I felt like eating. This is what I did. These are the realization and the emotions I felt. Moon switches into Capricorn. Write down the date. Moon is in Capricorn today. This is what I feel. This is what I eat. This is what I do. I hope that makes sense. But doing these things, it's important because it helps you gain awareness. It helps you gain control over certain things that you are thinking in your mind. But when you actually put it into practice on paper, you will surprise yourself with the discrepancies. Now, I also have here cat's claw purification. Beautiful. So including this herb in your daily routine, in your food as a supplement intake, may be really good for you. Maybe you can use it to create spells as well if you feel so inclined to do magic. I see that this is the energy of Mars conjunct Pluto. So a time of great power, a time in which you will dive deep into the root of your emotions and see what you can pluck from it. You are going to actually come to terms with the hidden motivations behind your actions. If you have been doing something compulsively, if you feel like cleansing your body 5 times a day and you don't know why, if you feel like constantly doing the same thing, like knocking on somebody's door or taking only a specific bus, you cannot climb into another bus. If you can only go into an elevator chaperoned by someone else, you can't take it by yourself. If you are afraid of swimming, for example, and if you have a particular sensual or intimate hang-up, now you're going to get to the root of it. You are going to figure out what is the real issue behind that behavior. Pluto is going to help you transform the emotion behind the action that you're taking. So you are no longer at the mercy of impulsive actions. So you're no longer controlled by your habits. So we see here purification. You're cleansing yourself, your energy, you're becoming pure, you're keeping things more simple, uncluttered, and thereby you'll be able to function at a higher level and attract a completely different set of experiences in your life. And the final card, the unshakable inner peace advice for you, my beautiful group 8, the number of power. We have here somebody that looks a little bit like the singer Patti Smith, which I absolutely adore. I highly recommend that you follow her on Instagram. She has book recommendations and constantly posts selfies of herself with coffee, which is so inspiring for me. And she's such a beautiful role model for showing you how to age with dignity, that a human soul has nothing to do with the body and with how a person looks like. Patti doesn't care about that, and she's still herself. She's still this authority. She's still this beautiful heart and light and inspiring rebel. In spite of how she looks and her age, you can see it in her energy, how she transcends that. And as I'm growing older, I'm looking for inspiring, motivational women who actually help me look forward towards the process of aging, rather than TikTok trying to sell you products of how to keep yourself looking younger for longer, which is a futile act. We all age and it should be embraced. Maybe that was an additional message for you. Maybe you've been spending too much time on TikTok and you need to follow Patti Smith to kind of balance yourself out a little bit. It's not only Patti Smith. There are a variety of wonderful women out there who are living their best life in old age. So we see here, you are the joy seeker. Yeah, this is a reminder. You are the person that can create happiness in her or his life. The homework question for you is, what little victories can you celebrate? Rather than think about what you haven't achieved, rather than dive into a bucket full of regrets about the past, try to think about, what are some of the most amazing things I did in this lifetime? It can be something as simple as being able to ask for forgiveness from someone. It can be as beautiful as just taking a trip to a place you've always wanted to go and you finally summoned up the courage to do it. It can be something as humdrum and mundane as actually finishing college. I actually did it. Or high school, I did it. I stuck it through. I did not quit. Or just, managing to live independently for a long period of time without asking anybody for help. That's a victory, and that should be celebrated. You're a wonderful human being. Group 8, I hope that you found this reading healing. I hope that the citrine energy is going to pour into your life like a wave of optimism and joy. Thank you so much for listening, and I cannot wait to see my next one. Ciao. Hey Group 9, welcome to your self-care tarot session. This is a session that is deep, it is exciting and inspiring and motivating. Welcome to the spiritual pharmacy. I aim to give you a very unique kind of reading. You are my final pile, and I'm so happy and so grateful that I made it here until the end. And my cat Luna decided to bless your reading because she just jumped on the table. She's very excitable right now. Thank you so much for being here. This is for those of you that were drawn to the Amethyst Elixir. Let's find out what is the deeper meaning behind this. I feel like I'm at the end of a really long journey, and I feel like for your healing as well, you're about to receive some good news regarding your spiritual ascent or some sort of next level of development. So the amethyst is the supreme spiritual stone crystal in the crystal deck family, however you want to call it. And we have here a description of what it is and how you can use it. Let me just filter some of these ideas for you. So amethyst is a lilac to dark purple, semi-precious gemstone from the quartz family. The ancient Romans believed amethyst got its lush purple color when the god Bacchus spilled wine on a clear stone. Today, amethyst is believed to assist in connecting with the big guy in the sky. God, I guess. Who needs it? Train wrecks who go off the rails on the wet and wild route to Bacchanalia. Any Pisces, that includes me. Where to put it? The interior decorator's little purpose secret, amethyst can uplift the vibe of any living space. It's especially good if you have a cluster or a larger stone. I don't know if I have it here. Well, I have a pyramid. I have an amethyst pyramid, and I like to put mine next to the bedside table when I read or when I sleep. It's really calming and soothing and protects you as you travel astrally to the other side. When to use it? When it's time to give up the victim routine and start living with purpose. Hold on tight to amethyst. Your guiding affirmation group 9 is get drunk on your highest self. Okay, so Luna has decided to jump off the table, so she was here just for the cleansing power of the amethyst. If you are a Pisces like myself, if you are ruled by Neptune, Neptune is the ruler of your ascendant, you have a Pisces ascendant or Neptune conjunct your ascendant or in the first house on the midheaven, conjunct your Venus or your Mars, then I feel very strongly that this is a specific message for you, my loves. Let's figure out by using the body tarot what is going on in your body, where you may be stoking up some negative energy and how you can release it. How can we heal you in order to recuperate your vitality, in order to activate self-care, and in order to just live with more purpose. We have here the large intestine, and this is the equivalent of the moon card, fear. Again, Pisces energy. The moon is traditionally represented by the astrological sign Pisces, but I also see it as a Cancerian energy. And I also have here the minor arcana, the 10 of wood. And we see here the liver and the gallbladder are other parts of your body that require more loving affection and attention in this period, because you could be storing some negative energy, some unprocessed emotions in those parts of the body. And we see here health. So definitely you clicked on this reading almost as if it was made for you. The large intestine, the moon, you are keeping a lot of fear inside of it. And I also see that in the liver and the gallbladder, you're holding the resources of your health, but it could be that they are feeling imbalanced at the moment. So again, much like I said with the previous reading, I think it was group 6, if I'm not mistaken, they had some issues there with processing their emotions, oftentimes by maybe resorting to alcohol. I feel like in your case it's the same advice. Be mindful of how you use alcohol as a crutch to get you through some emotional periods in your life. It is much better for you, much cleaner, more healthier for your mental health and your physical health as well, to deal with your emotions as they come up, to handle them with a brave kind of face. I know that oftentimes that is impossible for us because we get to experience some pretty intense emotions when we have other duties and responsibilities in our lives. But it's also not a problem if you ask other people for help. The element of wood, in the booklet, I have this booklet over here because I'm learning about the body tarot. It's helping me understand that any issues with blocked organs or blocked energy in these 3 organs in your body are also associated with your intellectual pursuits, your career, your thoughts, and your mental processes. So maybe, like myself, in this period, you are finding yourself in a very difficult transit. The planet Saturn could be transiting over your natal Mercury or the Sun in Pisces, and it is bringing up these fears, these blocks to your capacity to feel confident. Whatever was working for you this far is no longer working. Your intuition could feel blocked, your emotions could feel stagnant and frosty. You may not be feeling like yourself at all. I'm here to let you know that it's just a transit, which means that it has an expiry date. The expiration date is the middle of 2025. Up until then, you're being refined. You're being asked to pay especially close attention to how it is that you are dealing with your feelings in your life. The large intestine helps to transport food residue from the stomach to the excretory part of our body. It is packed with bacteria that is supposed to be really good. It has this really helpful microbiome, but it is also, when it is not balanced, it can give you some really awful gut reactions. It tends to contract very strongly in situations of aggression and tension, and it may make you feel like in this period you cannot access your gut instinct anymore. Your gut could be leading you towards dead ends or situations that actually, you know, you feel like you're not supposed to be there. Take care of your gut. Make sure that what you eat, make sure that whatever you take in is helpful for that microbiome. I would strongly recommend that you get some sour cabbage maybe, or kefir, or you can take some sort of supplements that help with gut health. You can also eat foods that specifically stimulate the intestine to function and to help you release fear, release pressure, and to also feel like you can trust your instincts again, that you are guided by your intuitive power, your intuitive force. So all this being said, now that we diagnosed where the issue is and where you may be holding on tightly to emotions or which parts of your body need some sort of purification, I'm going to show you the beautiful healing advice from the oracle cards. So like I said with all the other piles, I see this part of your reading as a nurse coming in to give you something nice to eat, to put a band-aid on your wound, and to comfort you. The oracle is supremely healing. So let's see what messages the oracle cards have for you. Just 1 second, I need to drink. That was actually my last sip of coffee. You're coming to the end of something. You may be feeling like a big chapter in your life is ending. Let's see, so we have here vision. And the key word is, I give you confidence in your divination talents. My love, you haven't lost your power. You haven't lost your artistic skills, your occult abilities. You are just temporarily detached from them so you can figure out how to improve. You may need to put yourself through an extra period of training. You may need to work with a mentor, a master. You may need to learn from people with more experience, older people, people who have acquired a lot more knowledge than you are able to amass at this point in your journey. Put yourself through this apprenticeship period. Be modest, but still be open to what is out there. You are growing, but it's not happening as fast as you used to. You are growing in a deeper, more long-standing way, in a more powerful way, but it is happening bit by bit, brick by brick, and you have to put in the daily effort of showing up and seeing where the journey takes you. In order for you to do this, you need to let go of fear. The fear of facing yourself, the fear of facing your evolution, and the fear of failure. You have to be ready to make mistakes. That's the best way in which you're going to learn. And you also need to let go of the idea that you need to show the world you're perfect. Part of the process of you becoming a master at something is showing people that you can also make mistakes. And this is something I also had to learn the hard way. And I'm going to stop there. I'm not going to overshare. But it's important for you at the moment to keep putting in the effort of showing up each day and work bit by bit. I wanted to say painstakingly. Put a lot of that effort into creating your vision. If your vision is blurry, if you cannot think of what you want to achieve next in your life, allow yourself time to rest and dream, and it will come to you. But you haven't lost your talents. It's so important for you to know that. You haven't lost anything. You're just temporarily detached from it. Plan a vacation. Jump on a plane and take a trip. I feel that India will be deeply healing for you. And I'm hearing the police alarm outside. I hope everyone is okay. Yeah, so very strong indicator that this is a message you really need to be paying attention to. Fly someplace. I know you may be thinking, oh, I don't have the money. I need to book a place to stay. What am I going to do with all my other daily responsibilities? You're going to figure it out. Stop making excuses for yourself. As part of your healing process in this period, You need to go on a trip. It's going to be so healing for you. It could be a pilgrimage as well. You may need to visit a holy place. I feel that as you will travel, you're going to get this really important insight that will help you with your becoming. You're going to feel more connected to other people if you stopped feeling so connected to them. And I also feel you may meet a really insightful, beautiful woman that's going to balance you out. It may not be romantic. It could just be a woman that kind of shares something of her process with you, and she helps liberate you as well. A woman as a guide, a woman as a powerful soul mentor. Yeah. It's kind of like a woman will help you give birth to your soul. I know it sounds a little bit convoluted, but this woman has been doing a lot of work on herself. It could even be a yoga teacher or somebody you are following at the moment and trying to use as your role model for health or spiritual practices. But this woman is like a soul doula for you. It's helping you give birth to yourself. Some of you may have been feeling like your soul is dead, is empty, is silent, like you're no longer able to connect with it as easily as you used to do in the past, like you're just inhabiting a body but the light went out. This woman is going to help you flip the switch and open up the light again. And it's going to be a very different light, a very different color. You're going to radiate something of a higher frequency than what you used to before. So let go of that. Let go of the past. Stop mourning for who you were and embody who you are at the moment. Embody even the empty space you feel inside. Embody that. Because as you know, in esoteric Buddhist teachings, it is a gift to be in nothingness. It is a gift to be in space, floating. It is also shown in the Sephirot, in the Tree of Life, the higher emanation possible, Da'at, is about emptiness, clearing the mind, and being only essence, pure being. So if you feel empty, see it as part of your spiritual becoming. Embrace it as the spiritual gift it is. Let go of thinking that there's something wrong with you that you need to fill up. Because by trying to fill it up, it will always eat itself back up. Okay, that was a little bit deep. We have here memory, rosemary, and Leo energy. I feel that you need to start your grimoire, which is a book of spells, but it's also a book of the process. A book in which you can record your dreams, in which you can place objects that you find along the way on your spiritual journey, in which you can put postcards, record spells and incantations, write your mudras, your affirmations, write your process. Draw things that are really important for you, your spirit animals, or all sorts of sigils that you are creating in order to protect yourself. Create a book that you carry with you, and it is the book of the journey, the book of your spiritual becoming. Record it. It will be so important in order to help you understand the difference between ego and self. Because I think this is what's going to be the most important part of your study this year. Understanding what exactly is true, authentic self, and what is the stuff of ego, the stuff that holds you back in fear. And that's how you're going to release the fear in your large intestine. And that's how you're going to come in contact with the energy of the moon. Femininity, homemaking, rest, what is inherited. All of these things are going to come to the forefront for you. The womb, the environment in which you existed before you came into this world, before birth. Your relationship to your mother. No matter how painful or difficult it may have been, accepting it, seeing it, putting the piece together, understanding your mother's journey, understanding your own journey, understanding what is hereditary and what is ancestral, what is linking you both, not only physically, but also soulfully, as a pattern, as a theme in your journey. Beautiful. We have here ginkgo. Ginkgo is an excellent herb or supplement. You can also make a tea out of it to introduce into your diet. Hey group 9, I'm so sorry, but as I was trying to describe to you the energy of ginkgo and how excellent it is to use as a supplement because it increases your mental clarity, your mental capacity to retrieve memories, all of a sudden my battery died down on my camera. So it could be that you have been through a low energetic point in your life and you are struggling to recuperate your mental clarity. Ginkgo could help you in this path. I also had to turn off my light in order to plug in my camera. So I feel that what has been progressively light in your life has had to dim down for a period. But the final card that I have here for you from the Unshakable Inner Peace Oracle talks exactly about this. So it says, out of the woods, you've made it through. What newness is emerging? So I feel very tempted to say that you are guided out of the darkness, even if you feel like you're struggling at the moment, like there are a lot of shadows, like the light is kind of flickering, you're in between worlds. This is because you are in the in-between right before emerging as a new individual. Remember your soul being born again, what I talked about earlier. You are going to pierce through any problems. We see here the glyph of Uranus and Mars. You could be having a really important transit of the planet Uranus conjunct your Mars at the moment. It may be because you have your Mars in Taurus natally. Well, this is activating you through conflict, through moments in which you have to prove your strength. It's activating your higher knowledge. It's showing you that you indeed have the willpower to change your life for the better, to stand up for yourself, to be assertive, to organize your energy patterns in a different way, to adapt to chaotic circumstances. And it's also showing you that you have the power to somehow tame and come to terms with the masculine energy in your life, whether this is an actual relationship with a man in your life that is a little bit disruptive, can be a father figure, a boss, but also a lover, a brother, or whether this is your own masculine energy, you coming to terms with how you work, how competitive you are, how lusty you are, and also how you go about achieving your ambitions, whether you are ruthlessly achieving your goals and going for it, or whether you like a more laissez-faire approach. All of these aspects are being revealed to you in this period. It's not necessarily the kindest energy, but it is leading you to these massive breakthroughs. And you're breaking out of a way of acting that was more passive, and you're becoming more revitalized, you're becoming more active. And I see very clearly here that you are being guided to recognize what fresh energy is appearing in your life and to go with it. That is your moment of healing. That is your moment of transcendence, including rosemary, ginkgo, and planning a vacation in your daily life is going to be really transformative in this period. Okay, so I highly recommend that you embrace this period in which a new vision is forming for you after a period of darkness and maybe negative thoughts, low moods, and a lot of shadows clouding your mind. But you're letting go of that. You're going to be able to see more clearly. There is this beautiful energy that kind of speaks of the Ace of Swords. We see the raven here, the emissary for the world beyond the veil and our world, but it's also the medic of the zodiac, the bird that comes in to assist you with your transformation. And your transformation is going to be beautiful because it's going to help you let go of sadness and get drunk on your highest self. This is what I had for you, Group 9. Thank you so much for listening. I do apologize for the interruption. I'm very proud of myself that I managed to see your reading through. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please comment down below and share with me your story. And I cannot wait to see you in my next one as well. Ciao.